Uh, alright, who remembers what happened last week? Well, not last week, but 2 weeks ago since we missed one.
Last week I overslept.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do the Dragon Ball Z thing?
I can give a good rundown on my torture scene again.
I mean, who. It's a question, what do you guys remember from last week? It's not what I remember, because I remember, but do you remember what happened last week? 2 weeks ago?
So last week we went to the Salt Pyre to try and find and capture whatever contact the priest from the church was supposed to meet with his merchandise. And well, we found the guy and he ran, and so we chased him into an alleyway and we got into a fight with him and captured him. As well as killing a couple of other criminals and hoodlums. We let one of them go. And then
I bisected one, not knowing they were just mercenaries.
And then this contact was taken back to Aldros's manor, where he was then tortured for, we don't really know how long, but he was tortured for a little while. And Eden and Jin went to the tavern where we found the guy in the first place and decided to impersonate the contact for a little bit. But it occurs to me that more than likely this contact was only supposed to meet one person here, and that person isn't going to meet him here. So if we're going to find anything else, we would need to go to the locations of the other contacts. I'm not sure if anything else important happened in the session. I can't remember that, but I think that covers basically all of the big stuff.
Well, you do know this, that it's not super important, but looks like Len has decided to go on her own way, pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, let's pick off.
It glitches through the floor, never to be seen again.
In
She T-poses away.
Aldros's family's basement, where, well, actually, I believe you took a long rest, and some of you even sold off some of your merchandise and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone but Jin, or
Indeed, Jin is still in Salt Pyre, so we'll get to him and the new player in about a little while. But let's focus on the main group, which I would like to ask. Do you have a game plan?
I do.
that is good.
We need to discuss it.
That's good.
That's good.
So I guess Eden arrives at Aldrin's manor.
Remember that you did already come there, like, after you decided that nobody's was gonna come in the Salt Pyre.
Right. And Eden would have mentioned to Jin that she was going back there and he could join her when he was ready. Just so you know, we don't end up splitting the party.
Yes.
I mean, it's already split, so
Too bad.
a little too late for that.
And I guess so. Am I just automatically welcomed into the house, or are we gonna roll through
yeah.
that?
We yeah.
And assuming nobody else is asleep yet, Eden is going to ask that everybody gathers.
Okay.
But
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening to you as well.
So, it has come to my attention that the contact in the Saltpire is likely not to meet anybody else, but that there are 3 other contacts, and that they may or may not have already encountered their collectors, or whoever it was that was supposed to bring them their sacrifices. And so I think it's in our best interest to, if we're still seeking more information, go to those locations in which they were supposed to be met, and scout them out.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
Personally, I'm also inclined to go direct to the docks. There's no telling if those meetings have already taken place. I feel our best chances of catching them before they're able to carry on with their plans is to go to the docks, considering that seems to be the one unifying element between them. Of course, we still don't know exactly where they're going to be.
Remember that one of the notes does read that they have had to move their hideout from the docks, so that might hamper your plans.
From the docks, or maybe I have
We'll go look
misremembered
into the
this.
notes.
Or do I remember? Oh,
Received drug shipments from the docks.
I think it was actually... Where was
Unassigned contacts. Received drug
Ah,
shipment
never
from...
mind. Yeah, I remember in the wrong campaign. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's what it was. Too many campaigns going on at the same time. Nah, there's only 2, but I just... Alright.
Well, then I think it's settled. We should head to the docks, or we should probably pick up Jin first.
Yes, I agree on that note.
I don't think he knows how to find us.
No.
I can have Valiant go and get him.
I think it's a little too far away from being able to contact with Valiant.
Well, Valiant is in the manor at the moment.
Yeah.
And so she can give him a command, and as soon as he is out of her range, he'll follow through with the command, though she won't be able to give him any more complex instructions.
I mean, that is correct.
Find monkey, go to docks.
But let's proceed with the main group still. So, are you just gonna leave the crate with the body in the basement, or do you wanna like hide it, or?
So it's confirmed he's dead.
Are you just gonna leave the body kind of lying there?
Are you going to feed him?
I think I should have threw like a loaf of bread in there.
I
After
mean,
piling,
I'm
like, a
pretty
lot of
sure
heavy
that
things
you
on there.
didn't even punch air holes into the crate, and it's
Yeah,
been
they
like...
did.
No, I distinctly mentioned I poked a few air holes in there
Yeah,
with a knife.
there were
Fair enough.
definitely air holes in the crate.
But I did pile a lot of things on top of it.
I mean,
Do you want me to roll to see if it caved in from the weight?
Probably not.
Consider this, it's a crate meant to carry clothes. It's not exactly, you know...
Roll D4. D20, D100.
Sure, let's do a D100.
Okay. Here we go. Just...
Well, to your surprise, it's not immediately collapsed on itself.
Okay, that's good. Although having it collapse would solve a problem.
Should we knock on the crate to see if he would respond?
Sure, go ahead.
Alright, you knock on the crate and you don't hear a response. It might be that you just knocked him out like 2 minutes ago.
So it was 2 minutes ago?
I thought that was like a whole night ago.
Yeah, it was a whole night ago.
Let me see if he's awake. Or is he dead? This is
I knock on it. I don't really say anything.
Let's see.
I think if I were to talk to him, he would have another heart attack, so I'm gonna keep quiet.
Okay. So
We rolled nat 20 for con.
meant to roll that hidden, but oh well.
Well, that's impressive.
You still don't seemingly hear a response.
I shrug it off and just walk away. My character could not care less if he's alive or unconscious, so I'm leaving it to Aldros.
But the problem is, there could be a rotting corpse in my mansion.
It's your mansion, so
What?
I
That's a
still
good
could not
point.
care.
Can I just ask like a maid or something? There's a person in that box. Do with it what you will. Can I just say that to him?
Sure.
No,
No.
I don't think they would.
you don't
Okay,
think they
that's
would just
probably
let
a terrible
him go?
idea.
Or calmly slit his throat and then set the box on fire.
That is a. If we're gonna kill him, I'll just stab him with the sword in the
I
head
mean,
when he's
honestly, your
asleep.
first idea of stabbing him through the throat with the rapier wasn't bad.
I'm gonna ask, is everyone in agreement? I feel like it would be a mercy to kill him at this point. I will make it quick and painless.
Why? What's wrong with them?
Well, I wanted
I
to
just
ask him
point.
Got enough hardware.
I just point at Leonard.
if it's all
What's
the
up?
same to you, I still wanted to find out where exactly he was going to be meeting his friends at the docks.
We need more information out of him? I say quite excited.
I just open-armed, like, bar him from getting near to the crate. No, you do not do that again.
I have no
This poor
information
man might
what
be
you're
the
talking about.
part of a cult, but he's been through enough.
Fine. Fine. I won't touch the dude. He's yours.
Can I just unpack all the heavy stuff off the crate and just open it a bit?
Alright, let me roll.
Well, as I'm walking away, seemingly
Wait,
not
can I
caring,
can I
kinda
hold an
stop to
action
look
if he
back.
like? Can I hold an action if he like springs towards me? I'm gonna chop his head off or
Sure.
whatever.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm
You're
watching to see if he's
you,
alive.
you peer into the crate and you do see him. He's still breathing, but when you look at him, he's like not completely there.
I don't want to waste any more lay on hands.
I
I
look
only
at
have
him.
10.
Can I poke his head? See what happens.
You gotta poke at his head. It doesn't seemingly respond. He's kind of just staring blankly at the like ceiling.
Does he do anything when he sees me, or like see me specifically poking him?
He's like he doesn't like notice you first. Like he's just staring at the ceiling itself. Like he's just like has that like a 1,000-year yard stare at the ceiling.
Nice.
Well, I think he's brain dead now.
I want to snap my fingers in his face.
Like-
Eden shoos Leonard away before
Yeah,
he
he's-
does any further
like-
damage.
The only response that you can kind of see from his eyes is like him blinking and just kind of just not at all like responding in any kind of way.
I walk away after being shoved away, staring from the corner of the room.
Well, any questions you want to ask, Eden?
Not at this point, I don't suppose.
Say, well, good then. I just throw a whole loaf of bread at the man's face and close the crate back up.
All right.
Well, that's worse than me.
Oh, lovely, you got a
Um,
little pet.
I feel really bad doing this. But you Dan wants answers apparently, so
And not anymore. I don't think
That's-
we're getting anything out of him at this point.
can I just put the poor man out of his misery?
Yes, go ahead.
I
I
just
mean, a
immediately
broken
slice his
man-
neck.
Alright, you just
Okay.
stab him through the throat, and you see him kind of just nonchalantly kind of bleed out. Well, he didn't have
Do
any
we have
HP,
like an
so...
incinerator in the basement?
Maybe one of those, like, warmers, like heat warmers.
Nah.
A boiler.
I was thinking one of those like
Boiler.
trash incinerators or something.
No, not really.
Hmm.
I mean, if you want, you can shove him into the boiler, but
I feel like that would not end well and would end like the entire house smelling in corpse and blood. So
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could throw him into the river. It's right next to your house. That's not suspicious at all.
okay, when you say that's not suspicious at all, is that actually suspicious or no? Because like, how many corpses are in the river on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, considering that this is the Empire, quite a number.
Yeah, imagine I marked the house with like a little blue dot or something. I'm imagining it's like waterfront, so I just move the box out and just empty it into the water.
Alright, you just
But I
toss
make
it
sure no one's
into
looking.
the little canal and head to the docks. Alright.
DM, can I roll for intelligence to see if I would have any use for the man's organs?
No.
Well,
you would not be getting them anyway.
I'm
now we
gonna
don't know
say
that.
that's a hard no.
Okay.
You are not going full organ harvester.
Unless you wanna
Right.
sell them.
No, for my project, I mean. I don't care about selling.
I feel like our souls are gonna get ripped out from this project you're talking about.
No.
Is this the Gundam? I feel like it's just a Gundam.
You know, that was one of the suggestions that we...
Golem.
Alright, that's enough of the main group. As you head to the docks. Alright, is the new player here?
They mentioned that they're on the phone with the boss, so I don't think.
Alright, let's focus on the main group because I have something planned for you and him.
Uh
Oh no.
Cool character art though.
So, you head to the docks and you come into the busiest section of the city pretty much as you head in and you see people, just wagons going back and forth, traveling goods and people. Just a massive surge of citizens and whatnot bustling around throughout the docks. Oh, I have a fog of war on this map for some reason. There
I'm gonna
we go.
ask the closest person to me why we're at the docks again.
We're looking for the incoming drug shipment that they were supposed to be collecting here.
I didn't even realize that's what we were doing. I thought we were just trying to sniff around for cultists.
Well,
I forgot a lot of
kind
things
of
in the
look
2 weeks.
around. You don't exactly have a specific location, so when you
We're
kind
gonna
of
go to the customs office.
okay, you walk into the customs office after a little while. You come in there and you see like the harbor master, the section harbor master over there behind the like booth.
And Eden is going to walk over to the harbor master.
Is it this like older fellow with a grayish beard and short hair, kind of raggedy clothes, but he has like dock workers like uniform, so it doesn't really matter if he gets dirty or not.
hmm
As
and she is going to go ahead.
Since you come in, he kind of looks at you and is like, "Oh, hello, can I help you today?"
Absolutely, and she's going to show him her badge.
Ooh, how can I help the police, the Peacekeeper Corps today?
I'm looking for a shipment of illicit materials. I don't think it would have been registered on any manifests as such, but I do believe it may have been listed as some sort of produce or something of similar volume to what I'm looking for. Do you mind if I check the ship manifests, if you have a record of them here?
Of course. Hold on. And he, like, shuffles a little bit of, like, folders and whatnot, and he pulls out, like, this old, like, just massive folder of, like, just papers upon papers, and you gotta look at it, and it's from the last, pretty much the last year.
I'm only looking for things in the last couple of days, and if anything has been registered in advance, I'm looking at those too.
Well, all of this paper year's shipping is in this folder. We got about 3,325 shipments this year alone, so going through a specific one is gonna be kind of looking through a needle in a haystack.
Well, that's roughly 10 a day, so that
So-
shouldn't be the
so-
most intense thing if we just look back a week or so.
Yes, exactly. Besides, I love paperwork, and she's going to take the folder from him. Do you mind if I take this for a little while?
Of course, anything for to help an investigation.
Perception check for anyone outside, because I'm outside.
I mean, you kind of look around, and the customs office, like, is bustling just with people going back and forth. Like, this is literally one of the busiest places in the city. Like, you count up to, like, maybe 100 to 200 people just walking back and forth, going then there and here.
But like, can't I see the docks from where I am? I want to check perception check
Let
into
me
the
see,
docks
where
rather than the
is-
people walking in and out.
Where would the customs office be on this map? Let's say it's this building over here. Sure, you can see a little bit of the docks, as you can see a few ships even in the distance.
Okay. But no suspicious people at the docks.
No, I mean, you see a couple of homeless people if you consider them suspicious.
Quite. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's not exactly obvious.
And Eden is going to then ask, is there a place that I can sit, perhaps an office, where I can look over these quickly?
There's a private booth over there, or you can sit in one of the public sitting areas. We also have a cafeteria if you want to sit there.
I'll go to the booth, thank you very much.
Of course.
Yeah, she's gonna go there, and she's just gonna quickly look for the manifests from the last 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Yeah, you go through them. There's like clothes shipments, there's food, there's like electronics, there's like all kinds of just like gears and whatnot.
She is going to essentially filter out any shipments that don't involve some sort of produce or perishables. So she's only looking for, food or other things that could go bad.
Like during the last 2 to like a week, you see about maybe 1 to 2 food deliveries coming like in a day, like either leaving or incoming.
And have there been any manifests registered in advance of the ones that are in this list?
I mean, it seems like all of them are pre-scheduled as the Empire would dictate. It works like you gotta declare what you're shipping, and then you gotta sign it, and there's people at the docks confirm that shipment. Finally, as you go through like all of the papers, it looks like all of them have been inspected by a inspector and approved to either delivery or just like arrived goods.
Okay. And who are the most common inspectors for example, produce? Does it seem like there's one person in particular who does that, or does it seem like...
It seems like it's handled by like a subsection of like the police, which would be like a harbor watch kind of like thing.
And does it seem like there is one person who checks this stuff at say for example evenings more often than not?
There's a couple of names. Maybe like 3.
All right, she's gonna write those down in her notebook.
But we don't need those names right now.
No, but they are now suspects in an investigation. And if there's any shipments of or pertaining to the things that she's looking for coming in soon, she's also going to take note of those as well.
At least,
so that we're not just wandering the docks aimlessly.
Yeah, it looks like each of the days is having like one perishable shipment at least per day.
Okay.
It's
is there any day
like,
in which
coffee or anything like that?
Is there any day in which there's more than one?
There's 2.
Okay. I'll just explain my logic real quick.
One of them
seemingly
is a delivery to another section, but one of them is obviously like incoming.
Right, okay. Because if the standard rate of produce incoming is 1 per day, if there is a day in which there's more than one, that starts to look a little suspicious. I mean, of course, we're also just assuming that they might try and hide it as produce because drugs more often than not, are hidden amongst produce. Can I make an insight check to see if I might be leading myself astray by making too many assumptions?
Sure.
Too big of a brain for this.
You think to yourself.
I have no idea.
You think to yourself and realize that you might be onto something. At least you think so.
Well, either way, it's unfortunate for all of you that Eden loves to follow a paper trail. So,
are we just getting dragged along for a while?
Apparently so.
If you guys have other ideas, should probably bring them up now because if anybody looks at her, she seems actually happy to be pouring through these papers.
The only idea I would have is to just go up to random boats, be like, "Hey, you got any drugs in there, buddy?" Just holding my large radiant-covered sword.
There's only about 100 boats at the docks.
It's not impossible.
Would I have any contacts in the docks that I could use?
Who?
I don't know, just a general intelligence check. Is dealing with stuff.
What's your religion over here? Especially, maybe?
Should I roll anything for it?
You know what? Roll a d100. You
Amazing.
are aware that one of the ships, like one of the smaller ships, is like your, like a part of your religion. Like it's like their what they are called, like missionary boats, kinda.
It's just a big
Okay.
steampunk boat.
Yeah, probably. So,
Do you want to cut here and go to the people in the tavern, or
I mean, might be a good idea
Unless
to
people have-
actually gather up the party first before you do anything.
yeah, I was thinking we're mostly just following a paper trail here, and we could just cut over to Jin because I have
Indeed.
one idea that would be funny.
Well, let's
can't require
focus on Jin for a little while, and the new person actually, who is hopefully here by now.
I am. I'm so sorry about that.
No problem.
Fun.
So, Faust, you have just arrived into this city not too long time ago, looking for your comrade in arms. And you have heard rumors that there has been spotted a person who looks like that in a tavern called Saltpire in the Charhalu district of the city. And you have traveled there after a few days of trying to find your way because you're new to this city, so it's not exactly easy to find as a new person. And you come through the front doors and you go in.
Do I see Jin immediately? Or
Jim, where would you be at inside of the tavern? Would you be sleeping still, or what are you
At
doing?
this moment, I'll be in the rafters using the cloak that Eden intended for me to impersonate myself as the cultist to repair my robes. So there's, in my usual kind of orangish robes, there's going to be little bits of red.
Not smoking crack, huh?
Not yet.
Alright, so yeah, you come in and you don't spot him immediately. You just kind of come into this kind of cedar looking tavern. It smells of like alcohol and food, and you see tons and tons of just people chatting and having a grand old time, just drinking their day away. Some of them kind of give you like a sideways glance, but mostly tend to their own business, just getting drunk.
I'll walk up to the barkeep and have you seen a monkey about this tall?
A monkey. Oh yeah, we had one. He was sleeping in room 2, but I think he's up and above.
Up and above?
No, I think he's in the main room over there, and he points to the double-doored entrance.
The blood pits.
The blood pits.
Thank you very much. And they'll just walk on.
And you come into this like rendered section of the tavern as you see like this fight pit where all kinds of people just like cheering and taking bets and just going at it like man to man inside of the pit. Looks like it's kind of like bare knuckle boxing.
Have fun. I'll have to try that later.
As you kind of look around, you don't immediately like spot Jin, like go like, oh, that's Jin. But Jin, as you're kind of sitting there, just waiting for a potential contact. You see a familiar figure kind of walk into the tavern. You recognize this person from your journey in the Deathlands. It's a familiar figure that you have seen quite often there.
Well, I might as well go introduce myself. I'll hop along the rafters until I get close and drop down. I assume I would know their name?
Faust.
Yeah.
Oh, fancy seeing you here, Faust.
Evening. Spry as always, I see.
I try to be.
Well, good to see you well. You did go missing.
You're not ever really missing if you're going where you want to be.
Indeed. It took me a minute to figure out that's what you did.
Well, I didn't really explain, so, you know.
Indeed, and very many people were worried.
People get attached really easy to me. I don't know why. But what brings you here anyway?
Well, originally I came to Pioneer.
Oh, that makes me feel so special. Seriously, though, why are you here?
I've come to realize that I feel sorry for you, Ys. That you can't go out and explore because of the world's pollutants. So I kind of want to do something about it.
What do you mean do something about it?
Not sure yet. I haven't decided.
I see. Sounds kind of misguided, but I guess you're my friend, so if you need help, just ask.
Indeed. So what are you up to?
I kind of got pulled into, I guess, a investigation of sorts.
Sounds
Some
fun.
weird religious types are doing something in the city, experimenting on people. It was actually really awful what they were doing to people, so I thought it might help.
How very noble of you.
I just like some adventure. It's not self-sacrifice or anything.
Well, self-sacrifice isn't very noble, but duly noted.
Speaking of that, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to meet them for lunch at like noon. That's actually a good point. What time of the day is it?
Well, this would be around like, let's say, 1 p.m. ish.
Okay, so I'm already super late. I'm already actually kind of late, so why don't you come with me? I'm sure they're happy to see a new face.
Certainly.
I mean, recall that you were supposed to meet here, so
We were supposed to meet
congratulations, you're
here.
actually...
we were?
Where do you
Wait,
need
we
to
were?
be?
I know we were supposed to meet somewhere for lunch, but I didn't realize it was supposed to be here.
Well, it wasn't
No, it was
for
Cafe
lunch.
du Champ.
You're remembering session 2.
Wait, that was yesterday. Or the day before this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because remember
I
that
think we... No.
you're here to see if a person comes up to you with the passphrase and asks about the experiments. That's why you're
Yeah,
still...
and I know that part. It was just the where we were supposed to be part that I got a little confused.
Which is kind of funny that you know, on a roleplay aspect, you're still dressed in the red, like hooded cloak, and you still have like the symbol in your hand that you probably like drew on, and you...
The cloak's very cut up at this point, though.
Just a crop cloak. It's like a crop top. Now from all the patchwork you've done.
But yeah, they're supposed to be here by now, but I guess that's a good thing because that means you get to meet them when they get here. Whenever they get here.
Wait, would Eden have sent Constable? Or
I think that was the plan.
Eden, did you?
Oh,
So I was unsure if I was able to. So
I mean, if you wanted to, it would arrive about here, or we can fast forward time to say that all of Jesus arrive in about like a couple of hours.
yeah,
Alright.
we could go with number 2.
Fast forwarding in the timeline, Jin and Fast is having just sitting in the table.
Fast is sitting near the fight pit cheering on people.
Alright, fair enough. And about like 2 to 1 hours later, the rest of the group arrives into the tavern.
Well, that was full of bullshit. As I say, walking into the
I don't
tavern.
know. I don't think it was a
Well, I
complete waste
agree.
of time.
Was it?
Or maybe we would have gotten more out of that priest if you hadn't tortured him.
I got literally everything he had out of him. Don't even. This is art. Don't even.
Did you even
don't
ask? Did you even ask? Did you even ask about the docs?
Honestly, I was doing the torturing. Aldros was doing the questioning. I was just getting the info out of him, not directing the information. So don't look
Next
at me.
time we need to get information out of somebody, you're going nowhere near them.
Well, when your plan fails, I will always be behind you. It's fine.
I prefer it if you didn't stand anywhere near my rear.
I mean, generally behind the group, I mean.
Yes, that's. I want you in front of us so we can see you.
You just said you don't. I'm not gonna complain. It's just. Do you have fun with your paperwork?
Yes.
Still
That's nice.
reading through the folder.
Yeah, she probably took or made copies of the manifests so that she'd have them for later use.
You're
to transcribe like 5 whole.
You're finally away from the perishable section. Now you're at the medicine section.
That wouldn't be such a bad place to look for, drugs as well.
I think we've had enough of combing through books for a while. Why don't we find Jin? I just say as I walk and look around.
He should probably be where Priest was sitting.
I just walk up. Hello there.
Yeah.
He looks he's getting very chummy with Faust. Assuming they let him, he'll be like rubbing up his arms against them and just blabbing.
Faust is
Actually-
100% okay with it.
This is a good opportunity for Faust to kind of describe what Faust looks like.
Faust is a quite a bit under 5 feet, 4'7", I think, if I remember correctly. Satyr with like runes imprinted on their hooves and just like a long sleeve top, leather top. And mostly albino, except instead of red eyes, they have blue eyes, but that's about it.
Cool.
Very small, very brightly colored. And very into the fight pit.
Why don't you jump in?
I can.
They might get mad if you use your legs though.
No weapons, by the way. I just, as I walk up, say hello and cut into the conversation. Yeah, then they don't really allow weapons or armor or anything, which I learned from yesterday. But it is very fun, and you can make a lot of money quite quickly. Cutting into the conversation.
Only if you win.
Well, that's not that hard.
What took you guys forever? You were like, what, 3 hours, 4 hours late at this point?
I found a treasure trove of information, and I needed to sort through it.
Yeah, you see,
She found a
poor
book.
Ida just carrying this big old book of just like papers upon papers.
And I'm sure you got that handled, right?
Yes, of course I do. If anybody would like to help me, they're welcome to.
I shake my head at Jin.
I'm slowly backing away from the papers towards the fight registry again.
I will follow
Valiant
towards
has
it.
passed
I'd be
out on
happy to
Eden's
help.
shoulders. Wonderful.
He looks like he's kind of dreading it, but you know, he wants to help, so he'll do his best.
Yeah, you say that it's the same person as it was last time. Got its taken names, and it's like, it's you again. Here to fight again.
Yes, please. 50 gold on myself this time.
I see you have a friend. He kind of looks at you and doesn't seemingly be able to determine your gender because he never seen a satyr before.
Yes, I'm joining as well. I had to put money down.
I mean, it's up to you. You can fight for fun, or you can bet on yourself.
I still get money if I win without betting? Or I have to bet?
Yes, you win double back if you win, and if you lose, well,
You lose.
yeah, you lose.
I'll put 5 gold.
5 gold. Gotcha.
Eden places 20 gold on Aldros as well.
Put 50 on myself. This is a get-rich-quick scheme.
I mean, I could make the two of you fight each other. You realize that now.
Oh yeah, and I'm 100% gonna lose, but that's okay.
We're not allowed to use weapons or anything.
No.
Wait, did you say I can smite with my hands or no?
Technically, it is a weapon.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that anyway.
Somebody roll me
Not
a
unless you are
D100.
about to lose. Yep, I can roll a D100.
Out of left corner, full-blown smite into the chin.
Good rolls today.
Okay. Alright. Fair enough.
So it'd be 10.
He kind of looks at one of you first and he's like, well, which one of you wants to go first?
Do you care to go first?
I don't mind either way.
I just shrug. Flip a coin then?
Very well.
I'm just gonna
I'll tails.
I'm just gonna roll a d4. 1 or 2 is me, 3 or 4 is you.
Good to me.
Okay, I guess I go first.
Okay.
I think we worked this out before. My AC is 13 without
Yeah, I
stuff
think
on.
so, something like that.
Yeah, okay. I just gotta remember it's 18. I'm just putting 18 in chat so I remember. For when I put my armor back on.
So, you step into the pit, and this time, you kind of can see this person who kind of has like a frail body, but you can see that like his like all muscles is like thin and lean.
They're just average human.
And he kind of looks at you and is like, I see, I see how I saw you yesterday. I think I'm gonna win. I think I know how you fight.
Ah, fantastic. Is the fight called at that point? Can I just start attacking?
Hold on. Let's roll initiative, but we didn't, yeah. There we go, 25 feet. Well, I'll just do this manually because I don't have this guy set it out. Forgot to roll hidden, but alright, you go first.
Just as he finished saying that, I want to do just a flying roundhouse kick to his jaw. Oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, I didn't mean to roll with advantage. So I guess I got a 4. So I don't assume that hits.
Yeah, 4 does. 4 is actually a botch. Let me see.
No, not again.
Let me see.
Good rolls today, guys.
Alright.
First roll of the day. Let's go.
Weapon attack fumble. You lose your combat footing, exposing yourself to the target. To your target. Your target has advantage on their first attack roll against you next round.
Huh.
Alright. In GM roll 1d20.
Better than having disadvantage on attacking a target for the rest of the entire fight.
Alright, so he has advantage on this, and I believe you said your AC was 13, so that is a hit. Let me see how much damage he does. Alright, it's a fist, so he doesn't get the 2d6. Be grateful for that. You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Ah. So
Your turn.
I take that and send the other foot just right back up in his face. And a 7. Great. Great rolls today.
I know, right? That's also a hit. Actually, that's a match.
A what?
I match your AC, so it's a hit. You take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. Okay.
Sure you don't want a divine smite?
I haven't hit him yet, that's the problem.
Your turn.
I could bump my AC a bit, but nah, it's not worth it. I'm going to try to hit.
That's a hit.
Finally, this is a hit. At least I very much hope so.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a hit. I can't
That's
do
too
anything
bludgeoning.
about that.
Okay, I'm gonna smite. I need a smite here.
Yeah, at this rate, you're gonna get your ass handed to you.
14 radiant with an uppercut to his jaw.
Oh yeah, this time you can see him like
Eyes
drilling
glow
him
red,
as you
hair
pretty much
starts
hit like
sticking
his glass jaw, like his ass staggering like really heavily at this point.
Okay, I just gotta update my spell slots.
As he like ducks on, like reels over and he does like a wild haymaker, which misses you. As it's just completely dazed as you see your opportunity to go in.
I just go in one last punch. I think that's 2 blood. Yeah, it's just constant 2 bludgeoning.
You look at him and he's just like staggering back and forth, just barely being hanging on by a thread at this point. That's also a miss. Your turn.
And just, try to bring the foot
Alright.
in to sweep the leg, but miss.
His turn. Miss. Your turn.
Please.
Match.
Ah,
So that's it.
just foot to the teeth. That's 2 damage.
Again. There's 2 damage. That's all you can do with.
Yes. I don't have high strength. I'm a dex paladin.
Fair
For some
enough.
reason. Some reason.
That's a hit on you.
Still,
You take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Oh wow.
Your turn.
Wait. 2.
Yeah, no problem. Take your.
Wait, I should be up to. Wait, I should be up to 14. I miscalculated the wrong thing. Okay, that's gonna be. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Just one. Come on!
That's also a miss.
I'm not spending my last spell slot.
He also misses. That's a hit.
2 damage.
As you finally knock him out as he goes down.
The hair just falls back down and my eyes stop becoming red. Well, that was...
As the crowd cheers and you find yourself being full of bruises and scratches and whatnot.
Back to 18 AC. As I'd climb up the ladder and just go to the mountain of the gauntlets and the chainmail and the sword and the knife just sitting on a barrel and put it back on.
Congratulations, you gained your 50 gold back, but additionally you win 50 gold.
That puts me at 117.
And next up, they call Faust into the pit.
You can do it.
And
So be made.
this time around, let me see. Let's use this guy. Why not? Does he even have?
That sounds a bit frightening.
Have an attack roll? Oh, he does. I mean, it's mostly because it's a Faust is a rogue, so I'm gonna use someone a little bit more close to a rogue. All right. And you hear the gong and roll initiative.
It's fast.
Ooh, he goes way behind you. Alright, you have the first turn.
I am going to sprint forward and headbutt them in the gut.
That not do.
That's a hit. Okay. You see the person grunt a little, and he kind of tries to kick you in the shins. Let me see, what was your AC?
If I could, I would have bonus action disengaged and taken a step back.
I believe you can do that, yes, as a satyr, right?
I can, I just if I had the time to.
Gotcha. Yes, there we go. Cunning action. Alright. Well, he closes in the distance and tries to kick you in the shin to try to slow you down a little. And seemingly he manages to hit. Let me see. Let me do some damage. What is your damage bonus? +2, so that's 3 bludgeoning damage. Your turn.
I will jump up and headbutt them in the chin.
+2 in strength.
That's
Bang.
a miss. As he gets his turn, he does like a wild haymaker at the side of your head, which goes wild. Your turn.
I'm going to attempt. How tall is this person?
He's about like 6 feet tall.
I want to jump at their neck and like spin around and throw them onto their back.
Ooh, a pro wrestling maneuver. Are you just gonna attempt a grapple or are you just gonna ram?
Yeah, grapple.
Alright, a grapple is... Forget what is exactly grapple. I wanna say it's strength against something.
Opposed athletic check.
The opponent could use acrobatics, so.
Yes. Alright.
Oh dear.
Alright, let me see what is his athletics or acrobatic. Oh, hold on. I'm lagging a little. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, acrobatics. So you are correct. What is his acrobatics? +2. Wow. By the luck of your teeth, you managed to grab him in a leg lock.
Oh, nice.
As he's in your leg lock, he tries to desperately to like punch you to get you off him, and he just manages to get himself like deeper into your hold, as you start to slowly like kinda choke him.
If I can cut off his hair, I will do that.
It's your turn.
Yes. What would I roll to just sit there and choke him out?
You know what? Athletics, I guess. I mean, as you can see, like he's starting to get out of air at this point, as it's just like, as he gets his turn, as he like tries to escape your hold one last time, but this time he has disadvantage. So roll a post.
God damn it.
As he barely manages to slid out of your hold. But that's his turn, so...
I'll headbutt him in the gut again, as he steps back trying to gasp for her.
Let me see if that's a hit. What's your AC again? That's barely a miss. It's his turn, as he gets off the ground and tries to punch you and manages to score a hit. You take 3 bludgeoning damage again. Your turn.
Can't really do much else besides grapple and headbutt, so I'm gonna headbutt him again.
I mean, grapple, headbutting has worth when you hit him.
Well,
Oh no.
Humble.
Well, time to see the good old punch table. A 40. You miss an attack and gaze upon the chaos of the battlefield, causing your confidence to falter. Disadvantage on your next attack against any target.
Oh, I got that one before. Not fun.
As he sees his opportunity, as he comes with a gut shot and manages to hit you in the gut. And does 5 bludgeoning damage as you're vulnerable. Alright, your turn. You do have disadvantage if you want to attack.
I'm gonna grapple because that seemed to work better for me.
Alright. Alright, you managed to get him in a grapple.
But I'm in a chokehold when I can.
It's his turn. He's gonna try to... he's just gonna try to punch you. And manages to get a score a hit. And puts you unconscious. He does 6 bludgeoning damage because he did max damage.
Nice.
Oh. Wait, you're unconscious?
Yeah. As the medics kinda come pick you up in a gurney, and you find yourself on...
Can I just stop them and just pop a lay on hands point into her?
Sure.
Or him. I don't know the gender of your character, sorry.
It's okay. They're non-binary.
Yeah, but no, non-binary.
Okay, yeah, I just pop a point of lay on hands, you're up again.
So yeah, first you wake up a little while later, finding Aldros healing you.
Sorry for not doing more, that is... I have the magic for it at the moment.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's appreciated. I'd rather not be unconscious for several hours.
That was completely opposite from Alros. You were being unlucky while I was being lucky.
I have rolled a staggering amount of natural ones in this game. Just, it's frightening. I don't think I've gotten a single natural 20 in my entire playing of this game of how many rolls I've made.
So,
Yeah, I remember the boss fight. It was.
So,
almost-
unfortunately for you, lose your 5 gold and do not regain them.
I say okay, that's why I only put 5 down.
Some of us have health potions or...
You were so close with that choke.
And I was doing well with the choke again. So it's now duly noted that chokeholds are gonna be my forte.
Is this too meta, or can I ask, what is your strength mod?
My strength mod? I think 13. Hold on.
Oh, you have the same strength as a paladin. That's funny to me.
So,
Yeah,
as the fight finishes and you see Faust kinda battered, what do you guys do? Do you just stay in the tavern, or now that you have a moment to pretty much to yourself?
You will
guess
find
that-
them.
I guess that depends on how long it'll take for Eden and Jin to go through papers, which I actually probably should do an intelligence roll, just because my
I
intelligence
mean, at
is so
this
low.
point, Eden and whoever is assisting him, if anybody is assisting him, would
Nice.
have probably gone through like the last week's papers.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we need to do if it would take more than an hour to do, we might as well just let them have that short rest to roll that hit die. But otherwise, I might want to cast a
That would
spell.
be very
So
nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take a short rest, that's fine.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, you are in a tavern. Nobody's gonna attack you here.
Okay, let me just roll a... it's a... Okay, I'm looking at my hit die. Okay, yeah, I got a D10. Is it plus anything or no?
Plus Constitution.
Constitution, yeah.
Okay, so...
Unless you have a...
Constitution mod or...
Mod.
Yeah, mod.
So...
you should have a automatic hit dice macro on your sheet next to your death saves.
Oh.
Click on the
Well, I
right
guess I
that
already
says hit
rolled,
dice.
so... 7, I guess. So, 9.
That's what you get from going into the fight pit, getting your ass handed to you.
Also, I
landed one nat 20. Oh, sorry.
forgot to do this earlier, but remember all that fungus I picked on my very first session? I
Yeah.
have proficiency in a herbalism kit. Can I make a roll to see if I know if I could use anything to say make some type of potion or poison, or if it's just like edible or...
Oh, yes, the sewer fungus potion.
Sure.
Well,
You think you could make yourself a couple of doses of, like, weak poison?
If I hold on to it and I found more ingredients, I presume I could make something a bit stronger, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just hold on to it for now.
That's
Now I know I can't eat them.
I mean, what do you expect? They're fungus growing in a sewer, so...
Well, he doesn't know what a sewer is, so...
Fair enough.
So, if we're all done with the paperwork, the next thing to do would be to go to one of the other meeting places. We have the passphrases that we need, and we know the locations of these meeting places vaguely.
Indeed.
So, is anybody else up to, I don't know, beat up another priest?
that sounds wonderful.
Oh, now your justifying methods are different then, okay.
You know,
I said
I'm
beat
popping
up.
two-
I didn't say torture to death.
What? What? I didn't torture him to death. That's his own body's
You
problem.
made him brain dead. That is arguably worse.
You have no proof what I did. I just cast a spell.
There's enough proof of you bragging about it.
Touche.
Does he
feel
just
like-
walk
What
away?
can I say? An artist is proud of his work.
Bruh.
Fucking savage.
Thank you.
So, indeed, you do have 3 locations, or 4, according to the sheet. One of them does have a weird little, like a star next to it. You don't exactly know what that means. But the locations that you have is the Commons, Charhallow Heights, the Second Chance, and the Sheets, which are all places in the Charhallow district.
Yeah. Which one has a star next to it?
The hold on. The Charhallow Heights have a little like a marker
see.
next to them.
That's suspicious. Let's go there.
Sounds like a good plan.
Alright. Is everybody in agreement?
We're going to the star?
Yes, we're going to Charhallow Heights.
Mhm.
I'm down.
Question: do you wanna take your new Jin's friend with you, as you have
He wouldn't
seen?
allow them not to.
I'd say that'd be.
Eden is going to look at the new person and then extend her hand and say, I'm sorry, where are my manners? My name is Eden Fairchild. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Shake your hand. Faust, pleasure is mine.
You are
I-
aware that we are going into certain danger and potentially death, correct?
Sounds fun. And I do owe you all taking care of Jin. I'm sure he's been a handful.
I can take care of myself.
He's been more taking care of us, but I appreciate your gratitude.
I've been limiting myself so much on lay of hand just because if you pull another suicide toothed thing, you really be nerfing me.
Leonard is gonna act, well, not act, but is gonna just realize there's a new person in the group and then just look away.
They'll slightly tilt their head at that, but won't comment.
Oh, I don't think I've introduced myself either. Aldros Drenari. I take a slight bow. While walking backwards.
They'll bow in return, walking forward slightly behind the group.
As you arrive in the Charhallow Heights, which is full of like this massive like just buildings meant to house many people. It's apartment blocks upon apartment blocks.
Nice if we could have asked that contact about more specific locations from any of these listed
I did
here.
ask him. He didn't. He said he didn't know direct locations, which was odd. Which I guess he could have been lying. So
I doubt he was lying.
Alright.
problem with non-stop torture is they will say anything and do anything to get out of it.
Well, the
The problem-
torture didn't stop regardless of what
Can you
information they gave me. So,
And they're just not gonna say anything. They're just gonna scream.
He didn't scream, he gave us information.
From my questions when I was asking him. And then you just
Leonard
started.
kind of like tuned out all the screaming he probably would have done. So when you say that he was screaming, he doesn't even remember that ever happened. To him, he
Okay.
was just talking completely normally. I mean, if there were questions, Eden should have been there. That's all I'm saying.
Eden does little to mask the hatred in her eyes.
Either Leonard just continues to stay neutral emotion state in his face.
So
Eldros morphs into Fred from the Scooby-Doo and just says, I think it's time to split up, gang. And just morphs back without saying anything.
Good question. Do you want to just split up, look around, each of you? Or
I
do
was
you,
Scooby and
I think it's time we split up, gang.
do you want to ask around? What's your game plan here?
I will ask around about an individual with red scarves. Because
yeah.
Roll anything, we're just gonna immediately get kicked out.
Eden's gonna send Valiant off to also search, and we're gonna look. I'm gonna look for. Eden's gonna tell everybody also to look for somebody who has similar markings to that priest. And she is going to describe those markings to Faust as well.
Appreciate it.
It is in the artwork, I still believe. Yes, here we go. Let me repost it. There we go. That's the sigil. Alright.
Sigil on people's hands.
I mean, that's what the sigil looks like, but yes, some of them were on hands. In fact, if you were to ask and pry, you might find a detached hand in a certain somebody's bag.
At this point, he would have just skinned the marking off. So it's just skin at this point, not a hand. He handled the rest of the hand in ways that he will not describe.
Alright.
Where'd the rest of that hand go, bud? Just
Yeah, he'll take it out
oddly
so
frightened.
Faust can get a more detailed look at what it's supposed to look like.
Thank you. And we're looking for somebody with this mark.
Yeah. It's probably.
Go on.
Oh no, go ahead. It's fine.
Oh no, Faust was gonna walk away at that point. Faust was just gonna immediately go and
Wait.
high five everyone they could find.
If you do find this person, it's important that you follow them for a little bit without. If they're standing stationary, then come back and we will meet at. And Eden takes out her watch and checks the time. What time is it?
I said it was about 1 p.m. when you were at the Salt Pyre, so it would be around like maybe 3 p.m.-ish, maybe 4.
If we'll all meet back here regardless at let's say 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okie dokie.
Wait, out of character, who's splitting with who? I kind of missed that part.
I mean,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
think
sure
that's
that you all are just going your own way at this point.
Okay. I will start just walking in any
I
direction.
mean, unless somebody wants to group up with somebody else, but I didn't.
Everyone should at least be with one person just in case.
I've already started walking in any random direction.
You shouldn't go alone.
I have my familiar with me. I'm never alone.
Hey, good opportunity to some one-to-one role-playing, guys.
I am role playing. That's my character right now, so I'm good.
I know.
Eden is going to sort of usher Iquin with her because he seems to be very fragile and magically inclined.
Okay. Anybody else?
Eldros
Also-
sighs and realizes he probably shouldn't let Leonard just walk around this place. But before that, can he just walk up to Faust and kind of whisper, "Does Jin eat human flesh? Because the skin on that with the sigil on it, that was a whole hand before. Do you know if he eats human flesh?" Just whispers that softly, just kind of very concerned.
I wouldn't be too far surprised. There's not many humans where we come from, so there's no cultural stigma against it.
I see. Well, there are members in this group that have done worse than that, so I will just ignore that.
I don't know
And
what you're
he
talking
rushes
about.
to catch up to Leonard.
Us just gonna walk around high-fiving strangers.
Alright. As you each of you go around, roll me either perception or investigation.
That is definitely perception for me.
Or if you wanna ask around, you can always roll diplomacy.
Diplomacy
Well,
as in charisma?
Yes, charisma. If you wanna
we'll do
just
both.
kinda ask around.
Would that be like persuasion?
Yeah, persuasion.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna ask around.
Alright.
Roll.
Let's
above
focus
average.
on the person who rolled first, so Jin. I believe nobody was with you.
He'd be sticking with Faust since he
Alright.
wouldn't want them to go alone.
In that case, Faust and Jin, the two of you are going through the streets and you're kinda trying to find this symbol. You kinda have an opportunity to talk to each other if you want. I'll take that as a no.
I imagine they got most of their talking done when they're waiting.
Yeah.
And you come by after searching for a little while. As Jin leads you through to this like secluded section of the Cherhalo Heights, as you find like this separate building from the others that looks kinda abandoned. As you kinda look over, it has like this opening at the top where you can see like this bell. And you look at the bell and you can kinda see the sigil kinda on it. Like half of it's burned, but you can still recognize it as the symbol.
Good point. Should we stake this place out or should we return immediately?
I could check it out. I'm pretty sneaky. If you're fine just waiting here.
Well, I would prefer you not going alone. I'm quite sneaky myself.
But I assume it's like a bell tower, so it's like really high up, or...
Yeah, it's not exactly like a bell tower. It's more like a... almost like a church, but not... it's kind of like church looking, but it's not a church.
But I imagine there's like no easy way for Faust to get up there without actually going in the building.
Not exactly. I mean, you could climb it if you want.
It's called Jin bias, but I don't think those legs are made for climbing.
You've met goats before.
Not vertical climbing. Mountain climbing, maybe.
I mean, didn't you climb that section in the sewer?
Well, that's because I'm a monkey, not a goat.
How high is a close window, and does the window have enough reach to like?
Like the floor level window would be around like your level, but the second level window would be like maybe like 15 feet across, and the bell tower would be like let's say 20. 25.
I don't remember how standing jumps work, but I don't know if I want to risk him just smack into the wall by missing the window.
Or you can use the big ass double doors if you want.
Sure, why not? I'll walk through the front doors. I won't try to be sneaky about
Are
it.
the two of you going in sneakily? In that case, roll stealth.
I think Jin's gonna try to go in sneakily by climbing, but I'll just walk in not sneakily.
I will just use my wild shape to turn into a spider and start climbing up a tower, trying to keep an eye out just in case there's, screaming.
Yep. Both of you enter about the same time, and you come into this pretty what you describe an odd scene. You can see remains of a chapel or a church, as you see half destroyed pews all around, scattered on the floor. Most of them being either burned or broken. On the floor, you see this semicircle of bodies that have been disfigured, and their limbs have twisted, and some of them is torn off even. And the rest of the semicircle is completed with what seems to be almost like this, some kind of almost like dust-looking substance.
Huh.
I'll make a religion check to see if I think this is mostly to determine if this is just a serial killer or if this is actually part of a cult. I'll try to anyway.
Can I make an Arcana check to ascertain the ritual?
Sure. Jin, you try to recall, but your days in the Deathlands haven't exactly told anything like this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
First, you figure that this is not exactly like a ritual, it's more like a offering. Offering to what? You can't exactly know without it being exactly told to you. But you can definitely figure out that this is more of a offering.
We'll kind of step out and shout for the guard.
Gotcha. Let's focus on the second subset of people going about. Let's go to Leonardo, who's going in about alone, I believe.
No, I have Aldros with me.
Yeah, I'm just
Aldros.
rolling him to make sure he's not doing
What?
anything.
Or
You
Just
kinda,
chatting up people, asking questions along the way.
Yeah, you kind of see that Leonardo is not having a lot of luck looking around, but when you're kind of asking Aldros yourself, you manage to, you inquire people about, strange, symbols or whatnot. They manage to point you out towards a building near the riverside.
Thank you very much. Just go back, Leonard. So apparently, suspicious thing is going on in that building. Just point to it, and you want to go check it out?
yeah, I mean, yeah. I can see that he's kind of annoyed that he can't find anything by just looking, and that you've managed to find something by asking and talking to people. So he's just like, yeah, sure, totally, we can go.
By the way, can you do anything besides the mental stuff with your magic? Because I can do I flash my eyes red and the hair flows up real quick and then just stops. It's like I was about to do a smite but didn't because I don't have the spell
Yeah.
slots. at least.
There are telephones here, right? Like little tiny
I mean,
communication.
at this
devices.
point, it's not probably telephones, it would be more like telegrams.
Or they're sending stones, because I might need a good.
Is there any technological device near me? How about
I mean, there would be phone lines, but it's more for what is it called, Morse code telegram.
How about any like street lights around us?
Sure.
I'm gonna point to the street light, but like not fully extend my arm, just like halfway extending my arm. And I'm gonna snap my fingers, and the light just flashes on, and then I snap it again, light flashes out.
Oh, impressive.
That's all you're getting.
This is very cool.
Sure. You can see that my eyes kind of trail aside, because like this is compared to what else I could do is really boring to him. So it's like he doesn't want to hold back because he likes showing off to people, but you can see that he's hiding a lot of stuff. But yeah, and he just starts walking to the building.
He just walks to the building as well.
You come into the same building as Jin and Faust in. Faust actually sees you coming in as you see Faust calling for a guard as he Faust sees the two of you come in at the same time.
I want to say that as I'm walking towards the building, I would curl my sleeves up, exposing those like orb shards that are edged into my arm, like with the metal plating. So in case something happens, I could immediately pull out my orb and start fighting. And this is visible to everyone that those shards are glowing and all that stuff.
Gotcha. So, and of course the two of you see the same scene unfolding in front of you.
Then I'm just gonna pop it and check good and evil real quick, just right around the altar or the thing. Let me just get the digs up. It's divine sense.
Alright. I believe you can cast that since
Within 30 feet, celestial, aberration, elemental, fey, or fiend, or undead. Or just
You detect
genuine.
Faust.
You sense around, and yes, technically you would detect Faust. But not only that, as you feel around, you feel like this weird presence inside of like Leonardo. It's not coming off Leonardo, it's like coming from inside of him.
I think I already got this description of him before.
Yeah, I think so.
Just anything up with like the ritual or just this place
But
in general.
aside from those, whatever presence was here seemingly has faded, as you can just feel like remains of like this, like a dark cloud kind of like surrounding you.
Can I get like a... Can I roll like an Arcana or something to get a genuine direction that it like is in? That it's going towards, or...?
With your defenses, you can kind of figure out that it's kind of all around this room.
Ah, okay.
Can I throw an Arcana check at the thing?
The what now?
That's an altar, right? If I remember correctly. Or is that-
Yeah, it's kind of like an altar.
Yeah, can I also do an Arcana check on it?
Sure.
Didn't we already do that? Or Faust?
Oh. Well, Faust didn't tell us what she found, so I have to do it myself.
Oh, I would have told you when you guys showed up after calling for the guard.
Oh.
I just realized that I don't sense anything
Leonard would still do it.
abnormal. Except... But there is a cloud of genuine malice around this place, from what I can assume was a ritual. So... But it is faded, so nothing is here at the moment.
And let's move on to Eden and Egwene, as the two of you have a moment to discuss if you want.
Alright. Eden, you are literally my favorite person right now.
Thank you?
And literally, you're the only person here who doesn't constantly try to kill whatever you're facing. I cast this link on the enemy's group to tried to capture them or something, but all of them ended up dying. Only one of them we managed. It was for you.
It's been a source of stress for me lately, actually. The people who we've ended up working with, people I've ended up working with, actually, both inside and outside of the guard. But I don't know if now is necessarily the best time to speak of it. Oh, I do have this, actually. I forgot to give it to you before. And she takes out the spell book that she picked up from the priest before, in the church. And she says, at some point I'd like to go over it with you, but at the moment I think it's best in your hands.
I took the books and is this a spell book?
Yes, it is.
Did you open it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. So I don't have to be worried after there could have been like a glyph of wording inside.
No, you don't have to be worried about it exploding in your face.
For what reason you needed this book?
Well, I also am a bit of a connoisseur of the arcane arts. If my familiar, and she sort of pets Valiant on the top of the head, if that wasn't evidence enough.
Yeah, I noticed it. I didn't want to say anything at first. I just assumed it was kind of like your pet, but I guess since it's shown to be quite a lot smarter than a normal beast.
I would even say that it's smarter than a lot of people.
Mm. Oh,
That was sarcasm, but it's okay. My jokes often fall short.
don't worry about it. I don't normally interact with a lot of people either.
Should we actually, ask around and see if we can find out what's going on around here?
Yes, we really should. Do we see anything, Diane?
As you're gonna finish your discussion, Eden spots this out fairly easily with his 18 investigation, and even you kinda Equine shortly afterwards. You see a couple of guards rushing in a hurry towards the southern section of the Shardhallow Heights.
Eden is going to quickly take her badge out and pin it to her lapel on her coat and sort of nods to Equine to follow her. And she's going to run off in the direction of the guards as well.
As you follow the guards, you arrive at the same church. As you can see a couple of guards kinda head in and investigate the scene, and some of them even acquire the rest of the party who's already inside of the church. What happened?
Actually, I have a question. Are there any officers among these guards?
You see one that's slightly higher rank than the others.
Like a sergeant?
Yeah.
Okay. Time to pull rank.
It's like a small squad of 4 that came here.
Eden is going to approach the sergeant and announce herself
I
as
think you're
Lieutenant
still
Eden
in your
Fairchild.
military uniform, right?
Civilian clothes, but she does have her badge with her.
Yeah, they're like, ma'am. Sergeant, let me give him a name.
Tokarev.
What now? No.
Sergeant Tokarev? No?
No.
No, I just came up with it. Okay.
Let's give him a name here.
Lebronsky?
Sergeant Aiden.
He has the same name as Eden?
Aiden.
Aiden. Oh.
Aiden, yes.
Eden is just gonna take command of the squad since she just has rank over them.
Ma'am, we came here to see the report of a crime scene. Ma'am.
And she nods and she says, "We'll secure the area, and I will conduct the investigation."
It would seem that these four are the cause of this, clearly.
There's not a speck of blood on us. What makes you say that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm aware of who they are, and I can guarantee you that they are not the culprits here.
Yeah, associates.
You can kind of clearly tell where passive insight that he was completely just pulling that out of his ass.
Yeah. No, she's gonna look the sergeant in the eyes and then whisper to him, "They're my CIs."
Sure. We'll secure the area, ma'am.
And she
And
she sort of just disperses them to the corners of the church to secure a perimeter.
Like two of them go to the entrance, two of them go at the back end, and they're gonna look around, and the sergeant got like barks useless orders, pretty much.
Okay. And then she enters the church to talk to the party. What did I miss?
Nothing really. Just about what you're seeing here.
It seems there was a ritual at one point, but it was at least some time ago because the residual stuff is still lingering, but it's not very strong.
Do you think they brought something here? Or do you think that they lured something here?
Whatever ritual we saw being performed in the last church where we encountered the cult is probably what they did here as well. And more than likely, from here they were going to deliver whatever it was they collected from their sacrifices to a contact.
DM, does my massive 20 passive investigation funds capable of finding anything on the altar? Anything that's...
Let me see. First, you find like residual like spellcasting ingredients. Most of them are used, but you can definitely like find a little bit of like magic like dust and whatnot first of all. But let me roll here on this little thingamabob.
Be back in 1 second.
Inside of the altar, you find like this lid that opens up, and you open up it up, and you find a similar dagger inside, and you find a vial. You look at the vial, and at the very like it's almost empty, but you can definitely see that inside of it was a similar substance that you have seen beforehand.
Oh. It's, what's it called? It's a thing, the purple things
Yes.
that is...
Yes.
Am I looking at it right now?
Yeah, you pull it out and you can see the vial in front of you. It's currently closed. Like the cap is sealed.
Oh. I kinda... I call Eden and say, look what I found at Vasca, if they weren't already...
Yes, but the important thing is to wonder if they used it on themselves or if they used it on the victim that they had on the table.
Wait, was it filled or was it empty?
It is almost completely empty. Like there's nothing but the like small, imagine when you drink like a Coke bottle or something. There's always that really small amount at the bottom.
I'm so sad.
Should I do any? No, there is no way I can know anything about this thing. I'm just gonna give to Eden since he's the only officer that is on the group. Here, Eden, I think you should hold on to this, since it's basically proof.
She raises an eyebrow and then takes the vial and puts it in her pocket.
Since everyone's here now, Jin will start taking a look around, and I'm gonna make a survival check, see if I can't find any sort of trail or anything that I think I might be able to track to figure out where whoever did this might have gone.
Okay. You can see whoever was here used mostly the front door, but with your survival check, you follow this one particular set of like footprints on the like a little bit of like blood spatter into like a wall, and you try it out, and in front of you seems to be a solid wall, but that's where the trail leads.
Jin will speak up. Hey, there's a trail that leads right into this wall. Do you guys have like wall walking technology or something that I am not aware of?
Oh, what? Wait,
The
what
last
is that?
time, wall walking technology. No, we don't have something like that. But the last time we encountered something like this, it was a secret passageway. So we should look for a way to open it.
If it's a mechanical mechanism, or rather, can I do an investigation check to try and figure out if it's mechanical?
Sure.
Oh, bloody hell. I hope it's good enough.
With your expertise in this field, you can definitely see that it's mechanical, or know instinctively that it's mechanical.
Oh wait, I just have my background features.
And
can I use my
with your like expertise and your background feature, you managed to find like a really nicely hidden like a small like a button, like a loose, like almost like a loose tile, as would be in like a movie.
I'll push the button without even showing it to people.
You see like the wall like slide open, and inside you see like this three like massive like tankards, almost like those healing pods in Star Wars. I forget what they are called. And they are just like this almost like vacuums of like just like this clear pods that are see-through, and inside of each of those pods is like a person, but these persons don't look human at this point anymore. They have turned into something unrecognizable. You can still see a small bit of human traces inside of them, or in them, but you don't know what they are exactly. They're like just massive figure, and their like form seem out of this world at this point, like something that shouldn't exist.
Is it similar to what we saw in the sewers?
Much worse. like it seems that these have progressed further beyond.
Cool.
And at the bottom of each of the like clear pods that the people are standing inside of, you see a similar looking purple substance, also like a really small amount of it.
Yeah. Eden enters the room, drawing her gun, and begins looking for anything else other than the, perhaps looking for other people who might be there, or looking for substances, devices, tools that may have been further responsible for their transformation. Maybe notes.
Roll me either an investigation or perception.
And Valiant is going to also look around. So we're going to do investigation with Eden first. And then we're going to have Valiant search around as well.
Alright. You're not as lucky as you kind of go through. You can find like a lot of like paper scattered around on the floor, but at this point looks like whoever did these papers also destroyed these papers. Like most of them are either burned or just completely ripped out to the point where they're unreadable at this point. But Valiant finds this like a small ducked out note. It seems to be in like inside of like a small little safe that's like half open.
Valiant grabs it and scurries over to Eden to hand it to her, and she takes it and gives him a little piece of beef jerky as a reward. Valiant is very happy to have beef jerky. If any of you guys have beef jerky, feel free to give it to him if you want to be friends. I know it's a familiar.
I have rations. I have like 10 days worth of rations.
It's always more fun when you're attached to too many people. Just use them as suicide scouts.
In front of you, you see like an older parchment that is like half burnt. Like the upper part of it is burnt. Like some of the writing on it's barely legible at this point. At the bottom end, you can see the sigil that you have seen many times at this point. And I will reveal it. It's called Notes from Locations. And I will copy the portion of the text that it's still legible on it.
As we're checking that, can I investigate the healing tubes to see if they're like less advanced or more advanced than the thing I have in my project?
I'm not sure if I should make you roll anything for this. I guess you could roll like int.
Hell yeah.
They seem a little bit more advanced what you got at home.
Can anything I could like steal off of it to up the line?
Maybe some of the like gears if you really want. Maybe some of the tubes.
Is it worth it?
Depends how you look at it.
I will
And just ripping
pull
off
out my
pipes.
notebook. How alive do the things, like if I remove the tubes, can I determine that it would like awaken or like kill the thing inside it?
As you approach the tube itself and you look at the creature, you see it's like pupils kinda like dilate a little, as it's like almost like opens its eyes for a split second, almost like blinking them. It looks you for what feels to you like a minute, but it only blinks for like only a moment in reality.
Okay. But if I remove the tubes, does it get out? If I were to remove the
You
tubes,
have no idea.
should I
out of
roll anything?
Ask your god about it.
out of curiosity, before he goes and dooms us all, are these tanks, these test tubes, are they labeled with numbers or anything like that?
Yes, in fact. The first tube on the left is numbered experiment number 36. The second one is 42, and the third one is 56.
Okay. And does this? Are there any empty containers in
Inside, currently, no.
Okay. Eden is going to walk up to the tank that Leonard seems to be fixated on. And she's going to knock on the glass to see if she can get the subject's attention.
You knock on the glass and you can see kinda, once again, it just kinda like blinks its eyes, as you can see it almost like there's like breathing devices attached to its mouth, as its eyes just blink at you.
Eden is going to get out her notebook and quickly write down, "Can you understand me?" and place that piece of paper against the glass. And then she's going to nod or shake her head as instructions for how he can respond.
The creature doesn't seem to respond, it just looks at you. It's just is staring at you like this. You can see like this glint of like purple haze in its eyes.
Purple haze.
You estimate the size of this creature about 3 times as you are currently.
I'm debating if I should just steal an entire tank or the pipes.
Oh,
How will you bring that back?
That is something that I can figure out later. Just
You also need to
Avengers
figure out how to
floating
get it.
disc already?
Say it
I'm
again?
more curious. I'm more curious to hear how you're gonna get that past Eden, because
Who says
it's
I'm
not
gonna
obvious
do it
already.
when you guys are here? Like,
Yeah, I don't think these are gonna be left here alone.
oh.
Jin's got some ideas on that, but
If Jin wants to help me,
no, he is not going to help you. Quite the opposite, actually.
So anyway, after she gets no response, she looks Leonard in the eye and says, "Whatever you're thinking on doing, don't do it."
I'm not thinking of anything.
as you should.
Can I roll intelligence to see if the pipes would ruin the machine if I pulled it out?
Sure.
I'm not doing anything. Rips the pipe out of the wall.
Okay, go ahead.
Or
No.
not breaking eye contact. Looting
Seven.
copper wire from the walls.
You're not 100% sure.
Then I'm not gonna do it. That's it.
I will roll a medicine check. I want to know if I destroy these tanks, if it'll kill what's inside. So I'm also going to give myself disadvantage because he's just very disturbed by what he's seeing right now. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, I want to say that this seems like Leonard seems extremely comfortable in this situation, more than he is supposed to be. If anyone is curious.
Shin, you're gonna try to think of a way, but you have no idea.
Did we put these things out of their misery, or are they in
Yeah.
misery? Good point. We should think of a way to do it more cleanly or humanely. He's just like he's like tilting his head more and more to where it's almost sideways at this point. Just
It's
thinking.
going to seem like a potentially risky idea, but maybe we should get one out of the tank.
Or you guys could bring some poison, and we could just feed the poison through the machine into its blood system, and it just dies like that. I don't think anyone here wants to fight that massive thing.
That's not a
What
bad
do they
idea.
look like? Do they look like tumor monsters, just like walking balls of tumor?
Honestly,
Or-
that's not far off.
Do they look like they could walk around and move?
Yes.
Oh. Okay,
But do they
yeah.
look like they could do it well?
I mean, not super well.
Does it look like they could do it above 1d4 damage?
You think you could definitely outrun them, but you also think if they manage to catch you, well, you wouldn't be exactly standing for much longer.
I think that poison idea is actually the most humane thing I've ever heard you say.
As
Yeah,
you
that
I'm a
look,
scientist, not a monster.
as you just look at the size of their fist, and they more look like gloves.
Rather than use poison, perhaps we just cut off the oxygen supply.
That might encourage them to try and break out.
They seem pretty lethargic to me right now.
But still,
Bacon.
does anyone have any poison on them at the moment? It's kind of a
Do
weird
I have
question to ask.
poison? I feel like I would be the
I
most.
just asked to the group.
I mean, you got the moss.
Ooh.
Sewer
I thought-
fungus.
I could probably turn that into something. Isn't this like some sort of laboratory we're in? Couldn't I like
yeah,
do some tech to
ca-
turn that anything into like liquid poison or something?
Sure.
Hey Jin, you had that. Do I know Jin has that thing?
I mean,
He wouldn't be the fungus, but so yeah, he would just give it to you if you asked for it. Some of it anyway, like 2 bundles.
But do I know you have it to ask for it?
Yeah, it's not like you're hiding it and we're all going together through the sewer. So
Okay, yeah, then I'll ask for that supposedly poisonous moss.
it's a fungus, but yeah, he'll give you 2 bundles of it. He'll keep the other 2 for himself.
Can I find anything in the laboratory so I can mix into this to make it even
Sure.
more potent?
Sure, you can find like some leftover like I said, spellcasting ingredients, and maybe some of that's like dangerous.
Okay. I'm sure there's some other chemical compounds here for a
Yeah, I'm
recipe.
pretty
Most
sure
skill into it.
there's more than enough like leftover.
What should I roll for?
Well, do
Poison
you
making.
have like an alchemist kit or anything like that?
No, I actually don't.
Well, I
Uh,
guess
Jin has a herbalism kit, so I could make roll.
that could work, or alchemist kit, or if you're out of options, I can also accept medicine, but it's not gonna be as specialized.
I could tell Jin how to do it.
I can use
Probably
this.
knows how to do it, though. He is very distracted, so he might screw it up anyway. Would that be wisdom or intelligence attribute?
This would. Maybe,
Wisdom, right?
Yeah, maybe wisdom or intelligence.
That's
would
only
also-
for survival checks.
Yeah, let's just go with wisdom this time around. It could be also intelligence, but oh well.
Pretty
You
good.
could roll with advantage since I'm helping.
I was actually assuming that. Otherwise, I would have actually done it at disadvantage because, like I said, he's very disturbed right now.
All right. You craft yourself a few doses of fairly potent poison.
I guess I'll be the one to feed it into the machine to inject them in.
Just be careful. Don't wake it up, please.
I can cast sleep on it if you want to after.
I give you a look of like, you think I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a professional at this. Like at this specific scenario.
I pull out my sword just ready, just lazily just hanging at my side, just in case the thing gets kooky wacky.
You
Before we do this, do you have any opinions, Faust, you want to share before we do this? Do you think this is a good idea?
We should put them out of their misery, yes. As far as all the science talk, I don't really understand.
I don't either. I just like to help.
All I'm saying is that even some form of like mutations like this doesn't generally cause pain to the patient, you know. So
Man's a walking tumor.
for all we know, this person could perceive it as their new normal and not feel any pain about this. Or there
A
could
normal
be,
person would want to die if they look like this.
but they might not know that they look like this. Is what I'm trying to say. That this poison could have altered their state of mind so that this is an entirely thing that is normal to them. Or if it's causing pain to them, the liquid in the tanks could be like neural blocks, so they would stop feeling pain and they just sit there quietly.
Anyway, that would still be bad because the second they get out of that, trying to live a normal life, they'd feel immense pain. Or anything.
I'm just
They
saying
don't
that
even seem sentient at the moment.
I'm just saying that they might not be in pain, and we are oppressing our ways of life over their new perspective of lives, is what I'm saying. I'm saying this as I'm putting the poison inside.
I was gonna say I'd try to do like a 5 points lay on hands, but that would be like a greater restoration to even do anything. I think. So I don't
wouldn't
think
even
it'd
allow
be
you.
Well, you see the poison being injected into the machine, and you see your poison being injected through like their breathing machines, and it takes a few moments, and you can see them like slowly lose consciousness and drift away pretty much.
Leonard smiles really, like a really big smile with satisfaction that what his idea has done and like has actually succeeded in working.
You've done well.
He sheaths his sword, just bows his head a bit, and just looking fairly solemn about the things that they turn normal people into.
When I turn back to the group, I would go back to my neutral face of no emotion, but hoping no one saw me smiling that much.
I should note that Eden has been putting an inordinately more amount of attention into Leonard the longer she's known him. She still doesn't even know his name, but
Oh yeah, none of you know my name.
We don't.
The more she sees him talk, or hears him talk, the more she sees him do, the more she becomes focused on him. And it's not the good kind of focus.
Once I get second level spells, I'm getting Zone of Truth and casting it straight on you and asking your name.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure I can counter cause fear on you.
If you counterspell a Zone of Truth of me asking what your name is, you're getting smited.
Man, I don't know. I mean, if you fail your wisdom saving throw against my cause fear, who knows? Maybe you're going to be the next victim of that box, man.
You will be
Don't
smited.
test me.
I don't know if a 45 caliber revolver has a tendency to be
Even a
very effective
44?
against. No, it's not a 44. It's a Schofield, so it's a 45.
Ah, okay.
Captain from my disposal.
Oh, DM, I just got an idea. Could I pull out my scanner and scan the corpses in the tanks?
Sure.
Just out of curiosity, if that purple stuff somehow enhanced them in any way from my scanner?
You go through the reading, and the reader kinda goes wild for a minute, and the reading comes back as like invalid.
Do I interpret this as? I would take this. I would pull out my notebook and take note of this, and location-wise and everything.
This room.
But that's a good question. What do you want to do now, as you have found out that this location is more or less a bust?
We're going to go to the other two.
Alright.
Before that, how
Well,
big is this
okay.
room? That's really important.
It's about like a size of like a regular living room.
Okay, is it bigger? I'll word it like this: is it bigger than 15 feet? A 15-foot cube.
Maybe 20.
Okay.
Can-
Jin will
Yeah, go
gesture
ahead,
for
sorry.
everyone to make some space for him. Basically warning him that he's about to cast a spell.
Eden
And
steps
I am-
out of the room.
He just
And
scoots away.
I
What's he-
want to steal a vial from the laboratory before I leave the room, and before you cast the spell.
Like an empty one?
Yeah,
I'm
an
gonna
empty
try
vial.
and notice that. I'm gonna try and notice that.
Okay. I'm not doing stealthily. I'm just grabbing it before you do
Well,
anything.
yeah, you see
Okay.
Leonard pick a empty vial.
I'll keep that in mind.
Cool.
Once he has enough space, I'm going to cast Thunderwave on the middle of the pods. I want them just completely destroyed and smashed.
Sure. You
Shit,
see
no. My
You-
pipes.
You see the glass and pipes and whatnot just completely get wrecked, pretty much.
No, the pipes.
Also,
oh
everyone
no.
in like 300 feet heard that.
As even the
can
guards kind of come and look. Is everything alright?
Everything's
When they
Alright.
poke
alright.
in,
Closes
they
the door.
still see them just smashing the ruins, making sure that everything's destroyed.
Alright.
Eden waves them away, and she says everything's alright.
I'll tell if you need us, ma'am.
Smash, smash.
Alright.
He'll spend a good like 5 minutes doing that before he's ready to leave.
Alright, you smashed them to pretty much completely unusable state.
I'll give it one little
You-
kick before I walk out.
Eden gives him a nod of approval. And then she says, I will, of course, need to write up a report on this since the guard has become involved. And so I'll need your input for that report, Jin.
I
He'll
would
just nod.
recommend you not put your name anywhere near this unless the corrupt people catch on.
If there are corrupt officers who are aware of our actions here, all they have seen is that I am willing to dispose of evidence that might be used against them.
Well, that's a good point. But having your name on cases involving the same cult directly could not turn out too well if you keep doing it. So I'd just
Well, I would
keep that
then
as a word of
advise
warning.
you, all of you, not to call for the guards the next time you see something like this.
Jin will
We
just
didn't.
nod and smile when, in regards to letting him know he needs to put his name on a report or whatever.
No, I didn't necessarily mean that you were going to put your name on the report. I just meant that
Mostly that he has to.
I
do
want your
it.
input.
Well, as I assume at this point you have walked away from the church.
Imagine at
Eden
this
is
point,
going to. Yeah, she's going to step outside and inform the sergeant that he should send for reinforcements. Her investigation has been concluded, although given the nature of it, it is rather secretive. And that he shouldn't worry himself about writing a report. That she will take care of the paperwork for him.
Yes, ma'am.
And as she leaves.
Alright. Then you guys leave, and you have 3 locations to go now. The Sheets, the Commons, or the Second Chance.
Where are we right now?
You are currently like over yonder in the Shar Hollow Heights.
And Second Chance isn't in this district, right?
Second Chance is over here,
Oh, okay.
close to Saltpire. The Sheets is up north, and the Commons is up here.
Let's go to the
notice
Commons first. It's closest.
Yeah, I just didn't notice Second Chance because it was very tiny. I actually would have suggested we go there first in that case, but
I think Second Chance as well.
Up to you.
That sounds wonderful.
Both are about as close to each other as possible. The Commons and the Second Chance.
in this particular case, Commons is closer since it's so it makes more sense.
It's
just-
a little closer. It's like 10 to 20 minutes closer on foot.
Oh, that's it? Well, let's go to Second Chance first then.
Yes.
Yeah, the distance
It's just
covered
a matter
is
of-
like nothing.
Okay.
Alright. You guys walk to the Second Chance as it's getting later in the day. But you arrive, as you see in the distance, the quite heavy, tall walls surrounding the Second Chance district. As you approach, you come in near the gates on the top, down left, right of the map. Let me center you guys. As you see a group of guards guarding the gate.
Need to put my boy down.
I'll see if I can get us in at the moment. Let's not flash your police credentials unless we have to.
Yes,
And I
Eden puts
just-
her badge away.
Hello, gentlemen. Or gentle ladies.
What's your business in the Second Chance? I see you brought a subject. That's good. Monkeys should belong in a cage. Send them in.
Everyone, come on. There's a map and paper.
No, at that, Jin's just gonna kind of glare at him and.
I put my arm around his shoulder. Just whisper, please don't. We can kill them later.
Eden also places her hand on Faust's shoulder, and gives them a reassuring nod and a smile.
In fact, when they see Faust, they're like, "Oh, good, you have even more scum of the earth. Send them in. Be locked up."
It is very hard not to stab this man through the head at the moment, but I will not do that.
Eden is not at all surprised by this and doesn't seem phased by their behavior.
Also doesn't seem phased and just smiles back when you smile at them.
As you come into a district that you haven't exactly seen in the city, it's a portion of the city that is filled to the brim with every other race that's not humans. You see like halflings, you see elves, you see half-elves, you see even a couple of orcs. You can see pretty much all kinds of different races. Even a kobold or two is in this district.
So it's a ghetto.
Pretty much,
Oh,
yes.
the problem is going to be getting them out of here, isn't it?
Don't worry about that. I have my methods.
That will be.
As you can see, quite a scholar, as the buildings are more like shacks, and the shops are more like small little stalls where you can see a few like people like selling meat and whatnot. As it's a pretty busy place, but the living conditions, yeah, definitely are not exactly what you would define as good.
Should we stop
I'm gonna
asking around?
I'm gonna make a quick intelligence check just because Jin wants to remember who that guard was that made the comment. Okay, I don't remember who he is. Lucky for him.
No brain, only banana.
Where banana?
Where banana? Can I just make a investigator?
Investigation?
Investigation. Just to look for cloaked people. Ah, fantastic. We're banana.
Eden is going to
You're slightly mystified by the amount of different races that you haven't exactly seen often.
Wait, can I just be eating a banana instead? Just offer half to.
Sure.
Eden is going to begin inquiring amongst the people as to strange disappearances and the potential for odd visitors other than ourselves who don't look like they belong here.
Alright. I guess that would be a persuasion.
And if it gives me advantage on persuasion, if people are reluctant to give her information, she's going to bribe them with silver.
I'm gonna just walk around with Eden and see if that helps as well.
Okay.
All right, here's. Would bribes also help the investigation check, or?
I mean, I guess if you wanna just try to as you're asking around, you could do give X amount of gold, and it might give you a bonus or not.
Oh, you know what would be cool? Doing like a +1 for every thing. That'd be too OP. Plus, I'm gonna get a plus 107.
It's more a matter of when somebody seems reluctant to give information, she's willing to bribe them. But if they seem like they're just giving it up, then she's not going to give money out.
Arctic inspiration, but with money.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So you're just going around, first looking around, like. Not a exactly high roll. Valiant is having a little bit more luck. Remind me, what are you exactly looking around for?
He's looking for weirdos and cultists and stuff, or just people who seem very shifty. Also, every single one of these rituals has taken place as a church, so if we find one of those, that's also another thing to take note of.
Well, would the sight of different races in a scholar define as strange to Eden or Valiant being a guard?
The appearance of, for example, humans in robes, or just in general, humans in this district would be defined as strange. But also people with, the markings that the cultists had would also be considered strange.
Alright, as you look around, where you're like currently standing from, you don't see anything like out of the ordinary. It seems just regular folk living out their lives, selling some goods, some people going in and out. For one moment you think you see a sigil, but then you realize that it's just writing in a different language.
What language?
That language is written in... let me see, does anybody read this particular language?
Is
Eden
it binary?
recognizes the language as Dwarvish.
Oh, wow.
Eden speaks Dwarvish.
Wow.
As the sign reads weaponsmith.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Actually, I have a good idea. Eden's gonna enter the weaponsmith.
Alright.
Make me good sword.
You see the like sign over here pointing like this way. If you can see my arrow.
Yeah,
I
sure.
see it. Try not to muddy the boots in the water and cross that bridge.
Do you alert like the group to what you're doing?
Yeah, I thought we were all sticking together anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Jin is it, but I'm waiting until you guys are done.
As you come in, you see like a small little like almost like a magic slash herbalist stall. As you're going through.
We're getting our magic from the slums. Let's go.
Yes.
It
Oh.
seems like he's selling mostly like trinkets and like beads and like herbs and like you can see even a couple of crystals.
I'm just looking for cursed swords, magic swords, or something of the like.
I heard weaponsmith.
As you follow the signs, you do find like a little stall, which you see an assortment of like guns, swords, knives, like gloves,
Sword?
maces, whatnot. And you do see a dwarf behind the desk. Actually, a female dwarf.
Oh.
Wait, do
Eden
female
is-
dwarves have beards or no?
Let's see if this one does.
All dwarves have beards, please.
This
I
one
know
does
they like
not.
grow beards naturally, but I know some of them like prefer to cut it and some of them just don't.
As you come in, you see the dwarf haggling with this like orc who wants to buy like a great axe. And she turns to you and is like, "Oh, hold on a little second. I said 10 gold! 10 gold, not 5! And the orc is like, "Oh, me only pay 5 gold. Me only pay 5 gold for this axe. This axe not good." And you can see the dwarf, it's like, "No sale, no sale." And you see the orc kind of walk away. And the dwarf turns to you and is like, "Hello there. How can I help you today?"
Eden is going to take out the ceremonial dagger and place it on the table and say, "Have you ever seen workmanship like this before?"
Had that.
Let's see. She pulls out like a monocle and puts it on, and it's like, yes, what a fine craftsmanship. Actually, the handle is a little loose. No, I can't say that I exactly have seen anything like this. It's a little too jagged to be Empire. It's not any of the factions around here. Well, not the ones that I've seen exactly. Does have a weird
Have
symbol
you-
on it though. What do
You
you
ever
want to
seen
do
the
with
symbol
it?
before?
Do you want to sell it?
No, and she takes it back.
How much would it be if we sold it?
Ah, a dagger like this. Hold on. I gotta actually check the price of a dagger. I think
it's 5 gold.
Yeah, it's. God damn it. 2 gold is the actual price. I'll pay you 2 silver for it.
No, I wasn't planning on
Nah.
selling it. That being
Okay.
said, Eden is going to place a gold coin on the counter, and she says, if you do come across anybody with the sigil or any weapons bearing this mark, you think that you might be able to pass a message along?
Sure.
And she is going to write on a note she's going to write her contact information, so like essentially her address or her PO box at the barracks, and she says deliver a letter or have a letter sent to this address informing me that you have encountered somebody bearing this symbol.
Oh, of course, of course.
A werewolf?
Okay,
And
you sure you
upon-
don't wanna buy anything?
He just peeks his head over. You got any, like, cursed magic swords, friend?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, this base here can bash an enemy's skull in a second.
That's not exactly what I'm looking for, but thank you for the offer.
What kind of guns is she selling?
On the table, you see, like, they're older models, but you can see, like, a few muskets, a few, like, flintlock pistols. You can even see, like, what seems to be, like, a sort of shotgun.
Yo,
I'm gonna. How much is the shotgun?
the boy is getting
Oh,
strapped.
this little beauty. I knew that you would want something from me. See, I always get my, sale? Ah, this little lovely. This is one of a kind, weapon. I would go no less than 300 gold.
Can I do investigation?
It's not a one-of-a-kind weapon. It's a shotgun with the barrel sawed off of it.
Well, you see, it's crafted from
If anything-
a fine material, ma'am.
It's obviously a damaged weapon, and I'm not paying 300 for it. I'll give you 100.
So I can't take any less than 300.
What do I roll for haggling?
Well, persuasion in this case.
I don't think you can get down to a third of its price.
No, but that's where I was starting. And I
Ah.
doubt that its actual price was 300. That's probably a markup too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, at this
But that's
point,
perception. I rolled the wrong thing. Where's my persuasion? Hang on a second. Oh, there it is. That's probably not gonna matter much anyway. Don't
yeah,
have a very
not
good
too much.
modifier on that.
Can I try to help? Can I roll persuasion to help?
Sure.
Or no?
Go ahead. I mean, technically it was Eden Tolkien, so you would have to make a separate argument. Why would you deserve this discount?
This gun is. To be quite honest, it's not a very good gun. You just haphazardly sawed the barrel off of a shotgun. It's poor quality, poor craftsmanship, and I can tell you're trying to mark this up way farther than its standard price.
I mean, a person gotta make her living, right? But you seem nice enough, fellow. I could sell it to you for, let's say 200.
I don't even have that much gold.
How about 150?
150. Well, if you got anything to trade in with that. I could
Give her
make
the
a
ferret.
trade.
I have a question. Can I tell from looking at it what kind of damage it does?
Roll me an investigation check. As you look at the clan a little closer, you think to yourself, why isn't she showing it to you more closer?
Is it a broken weapon?
Oh no, I would never sell a broken weapon. It's I can assure you.
Then demonstrate it.
I can't. Firing is not allowed here.
Well, I guess it's our time to go then.
Best of luck to
Like-
you in your endeavors.
I'll tell you what. 150.
We're not paying that much for a broken weapon.
Goodbye, ma'am.
It's not broken. It works.
I highly doubt that.
Do any of your guns work?
You.
Of course, they're the finest quality in the second chance. I can assure you that.
Yes, are there any actual working firearms in Second Chance? I would have thought that the police wouldn't allow such weapons to enter this district.
You gotta look at her, and with your passive perception, you can kind of see her like hesitating and kind of sweating, and it's like, these are all legal and all working in condition, ma'am.
They're legal and in working condition. Where did you get your hands on them from?
Of course, I crafted with them by myself. Of course, I'm a great weapons.
So if you crafted them yourself, then how are you certain that they're legal? Are they licensed?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, certainly.
Do you have some documentation that I can see?
Oh, look at that! It's lunchtime. Listen, my shop is closing for today. It was nice dealing the business with you, but
You close at lunchtime.
Yeah, it's siesta.
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 You gotta look at
Good day to you, ma'am.
You gotta look at the moon in the sky at this point, by the way, as it's fairly duskish.
Could I make like
Lunchtime.
really intimidating faces behind Eden so he could see me? Just to scare him a bit.
I
And,
think she's already scared.
There's never enough fear in someone.
There is enough fear.
as you see her back, they like weapons into her bags, and yeah, I'll be here tomorrow selling my goods too if you want. Actual look at my specialty wares, which are better than anything that you've seen.
And why didn't you show us your specialty wares before?
Of course I did, but you doubt my fine craftsmanship that...
I doubt the craftsmanship on the non-specialty items that you were trying to cheat us with. Or is it perhaps that you don't have specialty items and that those are also frauds?
My goods are not frauds, man. They all functioned very well.
Eden has had enough fun for now. And she gestures with her hand for the dwarf to leave, and she says, "Well, it was a pleasure doing business with you, and I hope to hear from you soon."
Yeah, you think to yourself at this point, it is a squalor. It is a pretty much a poor district, an isolated section of the city. What do you think these weapons are actually quality of?
Hey, you
No,
never
of
know
course.
where you're gonna find a cursed sword. Hey.
But did anybody else want to see if they could find this evil priest?
I think I already rolled.
I mean,
I
you
guess
can
roll
roll
my
again
perception.
if you want.
If there's
I'll
a moment,
roll.
I was gonna have Jin get into some shenanigans, so I might run into a priest
Do
then.
it.
Sure, Chin. Go ahead.
Well, first off, Jin's very,
an
very
alligator.
slighted at what happened, and he wants revenge. So, what's the wall made out of curiosity?
It's like a wooden wall.
Could I just, like, climb it?
Sure, you could just climb it.
Alright, I'm gonna climb to the top. I don't know which of the
Let's
guards
say
actually
it was
insulted
like
me at
this
this
guy
point.
next to the like gate itself.
Now, I rolled so poorly, I'm just gonna assume they all look the same to me. So I'm
Okay.
just gonna take my frustration off on this poor guy, and I'm gonna pee on him.
You guys can see him like for a second. It's like,
Oh, hold on, but before I do that, I forgot to mention it. I'm gonna take the red cloak that I used to, disguise myself as the cultist and wrap it around my head, so it's harder to tell who I am, wrap it around my arms,
Okay.
so I'm less identifiable.
Oh god.
For a second, you see the person below is like, is it raining? And then he kind of looks up as you're peeing and is like, ah! Get over here!
He's gonna laugh and just bolt at that point. Alright, once he's done with that, I'm curious about this river. Unless, they're chasing me at that point.
I mean, you see the gate open, but like the guy kind of runs in and it's like, yeah, you better run.
Okay, taking off the bits of cloak, I want to take a look at this river. Well, not really river, polluted stream.
Yeah, it's
Is it
like a
stagnant?
Yeah, it seems stagnant.
That's unfortunate. That would make what I want to do later harder. But alrighty, I'll keep that in mind.
A druid
Other than that,
secret
I'm
scammer.
just gonna. I think the best bet is just to find someone suspicious is to actually just draw a bunch of attention. So I'm going
Roll me a
to.
d100.
Where do I want to do this? I'm gonna hop up on this barrel right here, unless someone tries to stop me, and I'm gonna do a
I
little
mean, the merchant will
performance.
stop you. It's like, hold on, don't get on my merchandise.
I'll give you some free advertising. And he's gonna show his little flute in his hand.
Roll me a d100, by the way.
But yeah, I'm gonna try and do a little flute performance, and did it go through? Yeah.
Yep.
To basically just draw attention, and as I'm doing it, just keep an eye out for anyone who I might think might be who we're looking for.
Okay. Fair enough, Leonard. But, Chin, please roll me a d100.
D100, alright.
Yeah, 1d100.
There we go.
Okay. Nothing happens to you, but yeah, you kind of come and play your flute, and you see the merchant kind of like, whatever. And you are fairly successful bringing a few people in, and they buy some meat and whatnot. Alright, is anybody else looking around with either perception or...
Anything I find going up the stream?
As you go through the stream, you do find like a well at the very edge of the map, but nothing out of the exactly ordinary.
Is that like where the pollution's coming from?
Not exactly. When you look at the well inside of the well itself, the water seems about drinkable.
the well is drinkable, but where's the water is coming out of the well? Am I understanding it right?
No. It's like a well, and surrounded is like a small pit of like water, and the water itself, surrounding the well, is like colored. You're not sure if it's well polluted, but the inside of the well, the water inside of the well is looking fairly drinkable. Like it's still like oddly colored, but you think it's drinkable.
I'm just gonna YOLO it. No, I don't think that's how that would work. Would my scanner pick up anything of that purple residue off the water? No, right?
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's not exactly designed for that.
Well, I would like to at least try to investigate around the well if there's any mechanical anything there. Anything mechanical around the well, basically.
Okay.
Any mechanisms, any extrusion things.
I mean, it has like one of those winches that you're gonna drag the bucket from the inside of the well. So if you count that as
More
mechanical,
of like a pipe I could find that's pushing something out.
not exactly, especially with that roll.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Actually,
Can
what
I
is
find fire dagger?
Alros? Never mind. Your passive perception is way too low for that.
He's oblivious.
My passive perception is like 18. It was.
Yeah, but actually, I will not say anything more.
Bruh.
18's way too low, bro.
Oh no, 17. Sorry.
Oh,
You
even
gotta
lower.
get those are rookie numbers. You gotta get those way up. It's like my armor class is eventually going to.
Let me see this.
At level 8, one time per round, I can make it like 28.
Eden,
Yes.
you're fairly close enough. You gotta look at Valiant, and Valiant is trying to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
It points you to follow it.
Okay.
As
Interesting. Valiant can communicate telepathically to Eden, so that's very interesting.
I forgot about that fact, but it's like, Master, come.
It's okay. Yep, she follows him.
Would you alert the rest of everyone?
Yeah, she sort of looks to the others that are nearby and gestures for them to follow.
Here, Master. And it goes through like this little passive small corner. And as you peer across the buildings, you see a person dead, lying on the ground.
Fantastic.
Great.
Not exactly surprising to find in a district like that, but I suppose it warrants an investigation. Eden is going to go over to the body, search it.
On the body itself, you can't find anything out of the ordinary. It seems like he's wearing some plain clothes. You can find a couple of like copper pieces in his pocket, and in his in his back, you can find a couple of stab wounds.
Not a robbery. How fresh is the corpse?
It looks like it's been lying here for not too long.
Is it still warm?
You think it's been like within a day It's slightly still warm.
In a day? Okay. There's a blood trail.
In fact, yes. You might spot
oh.
that with
Well, Eden looks the valiant, has him do what he does best, which is follow the blood trail.
You see the blood trail kind of over there. And it starts to fade out around this corner, but you see it kind of turning right. Or right-ish. As you see, like the shack that has a door hastily kicked open.
Was the door just kicked open, or is it already open?
It seems like it's ajar.
Okay. Eden approaches the door, draws her gun.
You smell like a mixture of like blood and like some weird, like an herbal, not an herbal, but more like a meaty smell.
She sends Valiant in first to check before she also enters the
You find a
shack.
person lying against the wall. He's fairly clearly dead. Next to him is a ceremonial dagger on the ground. You see the person on the line next to the wall has a note in his hand that he has written in his own blood. As you can see, count up to 4 stab wounds in his chest.
Okay, what does the note say?
Let me bring out the note. Okay. It is called the Bloody Note. And it reads the following.
One who finds this note, people have gone missing around the slums, our neighborhood. Watch decided to investigate and found that the butcher has a special product called downsized meat. You are supposed to ask for it, and he brings you to his hut, and if you get the passphrase wrong, they will attack you. The two us barely managed to escape. If you find this message, you let somebody know, or help us, please. Does it mention where the butcher? Oh, you know what? Let's go to the butcher. I think I remember seeing some meat slabs over here by Jin. Jin is very conveniently located.
Wonderful.
And she's also going to take the dagger. Is it the same as the one that she had before?
Yeah,
Okay.
it looks fairly similar.
Let's memorize the password before we do that.
Oh, we know the password, though.
Okay. Yeah.
The password is
The poor follows
the
the
rich.
Ah, I see.
All right, let's go.
Beep. Rip out.
Presumably, if it looks like people are enjoying Jin's music, he's just gonna keep on going during this whole time.
Yeah, Aldous, as you walk next to that guy, he looks like a butcher. In fact, he has like a small little meat rack next to him.
Oh, wait, this is the butcher?
Yeah, that's the butcher, and you can even see like a butcher's cleaver.
Oh, I
And
thought it was this guy over here.
You can kind of see Jin on the barrel playing his flute. As the butcher is like chopping his meat, and you kind of walk across behind him, He
I
has like
keep walking and and post up just a bit over here and pretend like
Sure.
I'm not in the same group as but not like make them alert of like 50 people just watching them.
Yeah. Valiant is going to tap Jin on the shin and sort of
What?
point towards the butcher. Is the butcher just walking away right now?
No, that's like a customer. That's the butcher
Oh,
behind the table.
this is the butcher. Oh, okay.
Oh, we're on the wrong side.
Yeah, you are. As the butcher is just like still chopping his meat. He's surrounded like a couple of
Alright.
tables that is like is in like a semicircle. He kind of looks back behind you and is like, "Yes, can I help you? Do you want some meat?"
We're looking for downsized meat.
Ah, I see, I see. Ah, wonderful. Oh, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that over the sound of something falling. What was that?
Follow me.
Well then.
Is it, just the 5 of you?
She looks at the people around her and then she nods.
Alright.
Aldros not included in that, of course, because he continued walking like he's not part of us.
Come in, come in.
All right.
And, he
Valiant
leads you into the
scurries off
shack
in this
here.
direction.
And, he leads you in.
A nat 1. Yep, that's a nat 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I stealthily follow him, but
Yeah,
I just like go straight over the butcher's table, completely. Not
Yeah,
going,
Ross, you just kind of like walk in without, just like,
And I just like hang right outside the door.
they just kind of hang in hand. He kind of looks at you for a second and is like, "Is he your friend?"
She nods and she says, "What follows the rich?"
Ah, come inside, come inside. As he leads you through inside of the butcher's shop, as a new map is available. And he
Where is the entrance? Oh, there it is.
over here. And wow, this
Some
map is bigger
Massive
than
shop.
that. I know,
I
right?
might-
Jin's trying to be stealthy, like hiding right outside the door, but you can obviously just see his head occasionally poking in, trying to see what's going on.
Yeah, he spotted
what?
you pretty much also.
Hold on, wait. I'm gonna do a stealth roll real quick. I have so I have disadvantage, and let's go. What I roll?
At
That's
least it's better than Jin.
It's like, if the two of them are your friends, you can tell them to come. It's safe. It's safe.
When he
That's
says that,
wearing
he's
a-
just gonna pretend that he was looking inside and just like looking up at the sky and trying to be as nonchalant as possible.
I'll come in.
I just nod for him to come in, and just like, come on, man.
So, well, we are free to talk here.
Hold on, wait. Let me just put my.
Half expectantly.
Wait, what?
He looks at you kind of half
Ready?
expectantly, almost like he's expecting something.
He already said the. Or Pure said the phrase.
Oh no, but we're supposed to deliver something to him.
It's a contact about subjects. So presumably,
I signal to Jin as we should like push him forward.
hi, I'm Jin.
Yeah,
Eden.
sacrifice.
Oh, well. So, what's this about? I was not expecting any new delivery so soon.
Well, we're
Well,
just
when were you expecting it?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but I was not expecting it so soon after the last one.
We were just informed about this immediate delivery as well, so we're just as in the blank as you are.
Well, where do you got the patch?
What?
Where do
What
you
do you
get
say?
the patch?
The patch?
Batch.
Batch.
Uh,
All right, guys. It's the moment of truth.
I look
Is-
at Eden like,
Is the thing that we're delivering people, or is it the vials?
both, I think.
I think I didn't.
I think
we
we're
pushed
gonna need
Jin
like a single
forward,
purple
so-
vial or something.
But
Just
no,
say
it
this is all we
explicitly
could get.
says the contacts are for the subjects, so I think saying it's vials would be a tip. Would let them know that this is legit.
That's true.
Like, I think the people.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. What?
Since they didn't exactly plan this, Jin's just gonna kind of lead into the idea that he's the delivery. So let me
Yeah,
hold on.
that
Let me
kind of
make a
casino.
deception roll. What kind of
Fantastic.
delivery are you guys talking about? I thought we were just here to get lunch.
Is he so clueless that he doesn't know what he's deceiving?
No, he knows.
No.
He's playing
The
it
the
up
kind of
like he's
guy
a-
behind the counter looks at you and kind of laughs like, "Ah, that's a good joke." What's up?
Eden.
This is why we need sending stones. Or
Eden
Or
looks at
build
the
them up.
others, and Valiant comes over here and slowly pushes the door closed. She has that look in her eyes like she's about to pull her gun on him. So if you guys want to do something else to stop that, you should do that now.
Where did we get our batch from? I kind of like immediately start talking with them and to stop Eden from pulling the gun.
can I just like walk up and just elbow?
Our
And-
orders were just to bring the batch, nothing else. We
Ah, that's right. Just tell me where they are, and I'll send my people out to fetch them over here, and we can hopefully get
I think you misunderstand us. We bring the batch of subjects, not the.
Of course, that's what I'm
Stop.
expected you to bring. Where are
Yeah,
the...
so
Yes.
I signal to Jin and the satyr behind us.
Oh, well, that's a fairly small batch.
You know how hard it is to get, like, even 2 people nowadays with all this compromising
You
that's
know-
happening in our facilities?
I don't mean to question you, but why aren't they armed and free?
Eden rolls her eyes and pulls her pistol out and points it at him and
I was
doing
so good.
says, "Why are they armed and free?"
You were rolling like a 3
I didn't
was your
roll
highest
anything.
for every check.
I didn't roll anything. Could
And I
I
haven't
just,
rolled a 1 in a while, so it
Okay,
was inevitable that I would have rolled a 1.
Let
if
me,
I
let me at least roll deception check to be like, oh, we're just making them think we're getting food or something. Maybe I get like 19 or something, and then you can pull the trigger.
Ah,
It
yes.
does
As
just simply have a
everybody
step.
knows, you give weapons to your prisoners.
Maybe I get a high enough deception check. I'm holding hope.
For the monkey,
God
just
damn
like,
Okay,
No, I
shoot
don't
him.
think he's gonna buy that.
don't shoot.
So-
Can I just run around to the side, just on my way to the... Or can I just flip up over the table to try to get onto his side? Would that be like an acrobatics or something?
Sure, as I assume Eden still pulls the gun on him, right?
She pulls the gun on him. I didn't say she was
Oh, come
shooting him. I
on!
just said she
No,
was
no,
aiming
just
at him.
pulling the gun at him, as he pulls his like hands on the sky and is like, oh, hey, we're on the same side here, right?
It's come to our attention that this place has been compromised. We're taking it under inspection.
Hey, this wasn't built above.
You've been compromised. This is the entire thing. Could you please go to the corner and put your hands up against your back?
Hold on. You ain't with us at all, are you?
Should I roll an intimidation check for what I just said? As well.
Sure. He is
You're a
like
slow one, ain't ya?
backing away against the wall. Nonetheless, because you do have a gun at
God
him.
damn it. Eden, be more intimidating. Maybe I get an advantage.
Rolling terrible.
Do I get advantage with
Can I
Eden
just-
beside me?
Did I just give him a stare from like sitting on top of his counter?
I guess you could
Can I
give
give
him
him
an
advantage?
assistance if you got intimidation trained.
Oh yeah, I have it like +5 on it.
Alright. In that case, Leonard, you had advantage on that, but do you
a
remember
+1.
declare that beforehand if you're assisting somebody?
Oh,
Sorry. Is it possible that... No, it won't be possible. Okay, never mind. Good luck for me. Yay! It's higher than 7.
One better! As it's like, oh,
Yeah, I'm just like struggling to get up to the sit on top of the counter.
I mean, we don't have to intimidate him. If he tries to do anything, Aiden's gonna shoot him. So, I mean, this is like a natural intimidation in itself. Thumbs up.
Place is. I didn't even see how big this place was. Dang.
yeah, it's a little too big. I just realized it a little too late myself. I should have made it like half the
This is
size.
the biggest shack I've ever seen.
I know, right? That's the problem of 25 times 25 maps, except this is, I think, 20 by 20?
Can I basically just start checking the walls for secret door? Or is there any visible doors?
Well, you look in straightly in front of you, and you realize that's a wooden door.
Can I try to go through it?
You try to handle it, and it opens.
I have my sword out by now.
As you see, like this building is made of wood, and you see two doors on each side of the hallway.
Someone stay with him. I'd like another person at least to come with me. Any takers?
I
just
could
say
stay
my
with...
I think a gun might be more scary than me, so I might as well go with you.
Okay, I'd like to have someone in case combat breaks out. Okay, so I'll go to the top left door first. Does it open?
Yeah, it does. Hold on, I'm just preparing something in the background. Give me uno momento, because
We
I
have one
realized...
spell slot.
Un momento.
I still have 2, don't worry. In all my wild shapes, I think.
It's preparing the 15.
Oh, by the way, I was wondering about this. You would your like magic rules, like that you could. Okay, let me read it again. Because pushing the wild's magic, you must pass a DC 12 check. Succeed, your magic does 1 extra dice of damage, or affects 1 extra creature. Can that work for me since I'm not a full caster, or no?
Depends on the spell.
Smite. That's basically what I was thinking.
No,
Chain smite.
no, I don't think so.
Wind smite.
So you
No, I mean, it's a
come
smite
into
symbol.
a like
to do a bit extra damage or something.
You
But,
come
okay.
into his sleeping quarters, as you see like a bed, which is not actually on the map, but let's just say it's under that bear statue. You see a nice little carpet. You see a little writing desk with some quill and ink, a few reindeer and a couple of crates on inside of the room, and you see a door, a window on your right, and that's the bed.
What?
I'd say you check the crates real quick. I'll check the desk.
Alrighty.
But
Find us some gold.
As you're doing that, could I pull out like a piece of paper and try to like pretend it's like a command kind of scroll, and ask the person we have facing against the wall if he's alone here, looking at like supposed instructions sent by this cult to me that I'm trying to act.
He kind of softly, like carefully nods.
Okay. I kind of yell to Aldros and Jin that he's alone here, but keep your guard up.
Can I make like a check?
Sure.
Or is there anything directly on the desk or anything?
It seems like it's like he does have like a ledger.
Can I just pick that up?
Sure.
Read it.
You see some numbers and whatnot. It's just like a normal ledger of this butcher, it looks like.
Jin,
And
you
we'll
looking in the
do-
crates?
Jin is
Yeah.
going through the crates, and it looks like it's like mostly like his clothes or like just like general like hygiene stuff or whatnot.
And that goes for all of them, not just for one I'm near.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next door, let's go. Unless you have something
I'll
else.
do one last perception check to see if I can't spot any hidden doors or anything like that. Or investigation, whichever you want me to do.
Sure. Whatever. Whichever you wanna roll.
Wait.
Jin,
Oh,
as you're standing there next to the crates, you kind of look at the carpet and you wonder why is it so high up from the other floor.
I was just about to do that.
I'll roll up the carpet very neatly because I want to keep it.
You roll it?
Well,
What's
How
a
How
rock?
heavy would it be?
Oh, I mean it's
those things
fair-
are really heavy.
Yeah.
They weigh like 50 pounds or more for something that big.
As you see a trap door on the floor.
We found something.
Do you want to check out the other rooms, or the other one room, before we go down, deep dark dungeons or whatever?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
If there's someone behind this door, we probably want to make sure we deal with it.
Reaching clear on 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm kidding.
Does this guy
You-
Cast
still
Thunder
believe?
Wave on the door.
You open it up and,
Alchemists fire
and you see
Molotovs through the door.
butcher's like cutting space. As you see plenty of like different meats being in the process of being cut up.
Okay. What's in that cage?
Pigs.
Fur pelt, I think.
What?
Fur pelt.
Pelt?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna head back this way, pop my head back at everyone. Found a secret trapdoor. Who's ready to go into a deep dark basement? Full of...
Does this guy still believe, or like, is he actually convinced of what I've been saying, that we work for the cult, or is
No.
he just drop the act?
You can drop the act, honestly.
He
You
doesn't-
kinda
okay.
gave away yourself when you said Jin and Faust was
What? Yeah.
Going through the room, nothing insane.
Can I knock him on the head to knock him unconscious?
sure if you
We
want.
do this so much.
Or can I use Eldritch Blast to knock him unconscious?
I don't think Eldritch Blast knocks things unconscious.
No, it wouldn't.
I feel like the first like real magic item we should get is like the rope of automatic tying, so we can auto hog tie people for us. Because we do it so frequently. So frequently.
I'll just pull out my dagger and with the hilt of the dagger kind of bang him on the head. Cool.
Is he just standing there letting himself get Eden on the head?
I mean, it's not like he can resist, so when you just
Nope.
come in, so you're just gonna knock him out.
You know what? I'll just do it with my rapier real quick.
I just knocked him out, didn't
I
I?
mean, technically
You did
he's
4
just
damage. I'm
a
going to just can I do attack with my rapier to bonk him on the head?
Sure.
God, you guys are fucking savages. We'll just choke him out until he's unconscious. You don't have
Wait,
to. You don't have
so
to give him a concussion.
Come
My
on.
Didn't do shit? Aw.
I mean, apparently you do have a choke specialist in the group now.
I could just give
Eden
him.
is-
I could
But
just make
the
him
reason why you can do
Why don't
that,
we just tie him up? I feel like that seems more.
Yeah.
you can do this
We'll
pretty
just
much
tie him
without
up.
him resisting, is he is unarmed and he can't exactly fight back at this moment.
Wait, did the 10 hit his AC?
No, it wouldn't have normally, but since he's completely he's out of combat and he's weak at this moment, I would say that you managed to knock him unconscious.
13 bludgeoning to the noggin.
Don't worry about the damage.
I could.
Okay.
Okay, hear me out. I could
Yes.
make him brain dead, and he
No.
would never talk to anyone that we were
We
here.
need him to talk.
Okay, we can make him talk, and then he becomes brain dead.
No.
How about if I made you brain dead?
Funny. I love your jokes.
You can achieve that through a couple of swift bonks on the head. I say as I hold my rapier, just twirling it around like a little baton.
I mean, we
Eden
don't want
ties him
people
up.
to know we were here.
Well, there's a secret basement I'm sure no one will go into, but we can just keep him in.
I'm pretty
But that's a bit...
Why don't we
I
just
don't know, we can figure it out later. Now, who wants to go into a secret basement?
I do.
I'm not totally against it.
I just had through
And-
the door.
And Eden is going to drag the unconscious and now tied up Butcher through the door as well.
Okay. Yep. You drag him through the trapdoor. As you see a set of stairs going into the basement. As you come down, you see, let me see, it's at the top of the map. Let me center you guys. There we go.
I see. I was correct about the deep dark dungeon.
By the way, when would we finish the session today? So I'm trying to calculate something.
If you need to go, go.
No, I don't need to go. I need to BRB for like 15 minutes, but I could do that if we're gonna finish soon.
It's up to you guys. If you wanna end it now and leave this next. You know what? Let's not go too longer because.
Yeah, we usually end at 1 anyway.
Yeah, because this next section, I have a feeling, is gonna take for at least an hour.
Hmm.
No, I can stay another hour.
Yeah, let's go like 15 minutes more, maybe?
Okay.
20 at the most.
No, I'm fine with that.
So, yeah, you go into the basement and you see the, like a kind of like a creaky wooden door in front of you. It's currently closed.
I will press my ear up against the door and try and see if I don't hear anything.
Okay.
Where is it? There.
You listen this through the door. You can't hear much from your current location.
But I do hear something. I just don't know what it is, or Nothing.
It sounds like a faint breathing.
I'll gesture for everyone to get down and kind of point towards the door to try and gesture that there's someone in there maybe, or something. And once everyone looks ready, I'll stealthily try and open the door open.
One.
And you
Unless
open
there's
the
anything
door,
anyone wants to do.
and you see these two guards in front of you. Well, at the end of the hallway. You see them wearing some leather armor with the sigil on them, and they seemingly wield two short swords, and they each of them have like a longbow on their back. They're gonna notice you come in, and they're gonna wield throw their weapons, and is like, intruders!
Hello?
As they don't see their master. Now, actually 15 minutes was a lie, because this would be a crude ending spot, because this would be a encounter.
I would say to the guard, could I say to the guard, you guys have been compromised, we're here to purge you?
I mean, you can, but it's not gonna do much for you. I mean...
Yeah, I think what's happening...
I guess we can waste a little bit more time by just rolling initiative.
Sounds good. 15. Oh, I think I know what I'm gonna do.
Rolling low as usual.
But this will have to wait next week, because I have a feeling this would take quite a little while.
Oh, wow.
In terms for today, I hope that everybody enjoyed. I at least enjoyed you guys role-playing a lot.
It helps being a little bit more comfortable with everyone now.
Yeah.
If this was in person, it would be like 3 months before I did that. So,
Which is kind of a shame. That Len left. That would have been a nice little continuation. But hey,
yeah, stuff happens.
yeah.
I'm just
So it
messing
never
around
feels
with
good.
you.
Oh,
So
and
I'm happy.
I guess there's another door over there on the other side, but it's not like that is going to matter.
That's the first thing I'm doing next session, just running straight through that door. I'm kidding.
Ah,
Oh boy.
yes, waste a turn by doing nothing.